World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4421, There is a problem with the seawater. Guan Yanchao planned so many things to become a real woman. This result surprised both Chen Shang and Linglong's mother-in-law. Fortunately, they are all people who have seen the world. For them, this kind of thing is not particularly weird. Guan Yanchao, don't you know how to cultivate a woman's body for so many years? Linglong mother-in-law said. With your strength, let alone a woman's body, hundreds of them are not a problem. I tried, but I can't adapt to that kind of body. And no matter what I do, my voice is male. Guan Yanchao said. Even the voice from my soul cannot be changed into a female voice. So there is only one way to make me completely female, and that is to seize the Jukai Lotus Emperor. If Zillion knew that she had been tortured by the evil curse for so many years, for this reason, she would definitely be dumbfounded by anger. Don't worry, you ***** with me, learn from me how to be a woman. Linglong mother-in-law said, don't want to go out in your life, you guys, don't go out to harm people. I didn't expect to see the sun again, maybe this is my fate. I have only one wish now, that is to destroy the 6 Life Soul clan. They sealed and suppressed me for so many years. I must figure out this account clearly. Guan Yanchao said. Why were you sealed up by the 6th clan of Life and Soul? Chen Shang asked. I heard that you abused various curses. And you used it against the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Fart. Obviously they push me out. They are jealous of the speed at which I learn to master curses. And I can create all kinds of powerful spells. They worry that they won't be able to beat me in the future, so they attacked me in advance. Guan Yanchao said angrily. Those guys discovered that there was no pure life and soul bloodline in my body. After my parents died, they immediately attacked me. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. Guan Yanchao mastered so many curses, he could learn it. The 6th clan of Life and Soul was so afraid of Guan Yanchao, indicating that the curse he mastered was very powerful. Teach me all your curses. I use it to deal with those guys. Chen Shang said. Hey, you can't learn it. Although you created the 6 life souls, not everyone can learn the curses of the 6 life souls. Guan Yanchao was sure that Chen Shang could not learn those curses. I want to learn, how can I know if I don't try? Chen Shang insisted on learning. Okay, I'll talk about it later, I'm too weak now, I need to rest. Guan Yanchao said. I have nothing now, and only some memories are valuable to you, otherwise you would have killed me long ago, right? You are quite self-aware. Granny Linglong smiled. If I hadn't seen this kid with the potential to compete with the 6th clan of Life and Soul, I wouldn't let you know so many things when I died. Guan Yanchao sneered, and I would also deliberately say a little bit to whet your appetite, make you unhappy. The 6 divine mirrors landed on Chalong Island, and it was a lot quieter here. Now only a large number of flying shuttles of the Tianmao tribe flew out of that space gate. None of those flying shuttles landed on Chalong Island, indicating that the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King are still very important. If the contract is broken, both of them will suffer. To Chen Zhang's surprise, the number of shuttles is decreasing. Unexpectedly, the Heavenly Nightmare people completed their migration so soon. After Chen Shang returned, the Chalong Patriarch immediately found Chen Shang. Lord Dragon, I feel that there is something wrong with the Kanglan Sea. Chalong Patriarch said. We Chalong clan often drink seawater, and the recent seawater is a bit weird. Weird? Then do you feel any discomfort in your body? Chen Shang did not notice any special changes in the seawater. No, Chief Chalong said. We just felt the taste of the seawater changed, and there was a weird feeling after drinking it. Chen Shang immediately flew to the beach, and then took out the 6 magic mirrors to check carefully, and let Sister Xiaojing feel it. Then he took out the Aoshi Shen furnace, filled it with a lot of seawater, and asked Linglong mother-in-law to help. Chen Shang didn't find anything by himself anyway. Brother, I haven't found anything. Why don't you drink a little and have a look? Sister Xiaojing said. Maybe your body structure can feel the changes in the sea. Chen Shang also drank a drink right away, but just after drinking it, he felt an indescribable strangeness. The taste is spicy and sweet. What's the situation? Why do you feel this way? Chen Shang also found something wrong, but couldn't tell, it must be something added. He immediately contacted the spy Yan Qing and asked, Brother Yan, have you ever drunk seawater recently? Shen Gongzi. Yan Qing was quite surprised when he heard the message from Shen Shang. Because now, He also knows what kind of son of the evil chaos Chen Shang is. Or the boss of the Red Dragon God Lord. We are still friends, aren't we? Chen Shang smiled. I believe you won't talk nonsense about what you and I know. Yeah, we are friends. I don't think you are a heinous son of chaos. After all, Yan Qing was saved by Chen Shang, so he had a good impression of Chen Shang. We are talking about business. I feel that the seawater is a little weird. Chen Shang said, after you drink it, do you feel that way too? Master Shen, how much seawater did you drink? Yan Qing's voice suddenly became very serious. Those seawater, you can't drink it. I have a big drink. Chen Shang said, is there any problem? Oops. As long as you drink 10 drops, something will happen. Yan Qing said, Master Shen, do you feel something is wrong now? I haven't felt it for the time being. Chen Shang really didn't feel anything else. Just after he finished speaking, he felt a little hot in his abdomen, but the feeling disappeared very quickly. If it were normal, Chen Shang would not care about this feeling, but now it is related to the strange seawater, so Chen Shang also attaches great importance to it. Chen Shang can now be sure that there is a problem with the seawater, and he can't drink it yet. He immediately told the news to Zillion and Shinru so that they would not drink the seawater. Then it spread to the Dakun Gate, as well as to the Shen family and Tian Mu Shenggong by Junjun. Let them all pay attention, don't drink the seawater of the Kanglan Sea. Brother Yan, I just felt a little heat in my stomach, but it didn't last long. Chen Shang said, what is the reason? What will happen after drinking the seawater? This. I can't tell. I signed the soul contract, so I can't tell. Yan Qing said. Brother Shen, you just need to know that the seawater can't be drunk. You already have the situation now. Then, no matter what, so, don't you continue to drink. Chen Shang was very surprised. This was obviously a secret, but it was blocked. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4422, Sea of Life. The Thunder Shadow Altar where Yanqing is located is under the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King's special responsibility for spying on intelligence. So Chen Shang immediately contacted Shinru. Her father is the Thunder King of Nightmare, she should know something. However, Shinru didn't know the seawater, and she wanted to know what was wrong with the seawater. Then Chen Shang went to contact Yu Zillion again, and asked her if she knew about this kind of thing. Yu Zillion has been cut from the Tianmao clan now, so she doesn't know about it either. She is also like Shinru, asking the sea to the end. What's the problem? At this time, Patriarch Chalong came to see Chen Shang again, and he was sweating profusely. Dragon Lord, we seem to be out of control, and we all want to drink the sea water. Many young people in the clan couldn't help it, so they ran to drink. Chalong Patriarch's face was ugly, sweating, and he looked uncomfortable. Look like. Patriarch, what's the matter with you? Are you feeling well? Chen Shang asked. I want to drink too. Chalong Patriarch shook his head, then gritted his teeth. There is a desire that drives us to drink the sea water. Yan Qing said before, no matter what, you can no longer drink the sea water, otherwise problems will occur. Chen Shang also realized that the seawater is really a big problem. He immediately contacted the Dokuman and asked Guanying and Duhai to announce the news as soon as possible. Don't let people from Kanglan Prefecture drink the seawater. Tummy. Patriarch Chalong suddenly shouted, then patted his stomach, and said, my stomach is eager for seawater. It's hot now, as long as I drink the seawater, I will be very comfortable. Chen Shang immediately opened his eyes and looked at Patriarch Chalong's stomach. This look directly made Chen Shang silly with 3 eyes. Chen Shang saw the abdomen of Clan Chief Chalong, there was something like several small snakes entwined together. The most frightening thing was that the things in his abdomen exuded very strong astral energy. It was this energy that continuously affected the Chalong Patriarch and drove him to drink water at the beach. Chen Shang also quickly touched his abdomen, his stomach was hot before. He immediately took out the 6 magic mirrors and asked Sister Xiaojing to investigate. What's very strange is that the mass of stuff in the stomach of the Chalong Patriarch actually felt that someone was exploring outside, and it was immediately hidden. It's a living body, Sister Xiaojing said in surprise. What's the matter with this old patriarch? He is pregnant. Huh, Chen Shang was shocked to disbelief. He is pregnant, and there are still several births. It's just that the fetus seems to be different from him. Little Jing said, could it be that the seawater can make people pregnant? It will give birth to little monsters. Chen Shang shivered suddenly, He had also drunk those seawater before. It seems to be growing very fast. Little Mirror said. I guess I will be able to come out in a few days, and most of it will come out of my ****** too. Chen Shang suddenly tightened the chrysanthemum and said, Sister Jing, can this thing be wiped out? Your brother, I also drank the seawater. Brother, don't worry, it should be that you have to continue to drink seawater so that the fetus can grow up. You can get rid of that stuff now. Little Mirror smiled. It may be difficult for other people to do it, but it is fundamental to you. It's not a problem. Lord Dragon, I'm so uncomfortable. Patriarch Chalong looked at the beach with bloodshot eyes, and he had endured it for a long time. Patriarch, you have several monster fetuses in your body. If you drink seawater, you will be born. Chen Shang said solemnly, come on, I will help you kill the fetus. What, you don't want to hurt my child, you bastard, you are not allowed to hurt my child. Patriarch Chalong suddenly seemed to be mad, grabbing Chen Zhang's throat, and shouting frantically. Chen Shang also knew that these were all monsters in the stomach, and he released a strong mind to control the consciousness of the Chalong Patriarch. He immediately counterattacked, directly using the formidable soul power, condensing it on his palm, and then patted the Chalong Patriarch's abdomen. That astral power rushed past like a shock wave, and immediately shredded the mass of things. This thing seems to have a strong soul. Chen Shang exclaimed. It can actually affect the consciousness of others. Patriarch Chalong also quickly woke up. He hadn't forgotten what he did to Chen Shang just now. He was also very upset at this moment, and apologized to Chen Shang again and again. Chen Shang let the 6 divine mirrors fly out, becoming very huge, and then jumped up with the Chalong Patriarch. Through the 6 divine mirrors, he constantly released the kind of soul shock waves that could destroy the fetuses of monsters in his body, shrouded on the beach on the coast. A large number of Chalong people are lying on the shore, drinking the sea water frantically. They lined up neatly, lying on the beach, their heads pierced into the sea, and they looked terrifying. The 6 divine mirrors flew past high in the sky, and then continued to drop that kind of soul shock wave, destroying all the monster fetuses in their bodies. Afterwards, the Chalong Patriarch also passed, took all the people away from the sea, and told them the reason for the matter. The Chalong people are grateful to their Chalong Divine Lord again, otherwise, they don't even know what monsters they will give birth to. Chen Shang also immediately told Dakan Sect, Heavenly Mother Holy Palace, Shen's family, Yuan Zillion and Shen Ru about the incident. They were all secretly frightened when they learned of this kind of thing. If the fetus cannot be destroyed, the consequences are terrible. Especially those women, they shudder when they think about giving birth to these monsters. Fortunately, Shen Shang discovered this in advance and informed them. Brother Yan, I know what will happen if I drink seawater. Chen Shang said, do you know who did this? I don't know, but, the upper part doesn't seem to want anyone to discover this. Yan Qing said. Does anyone want a large number of monsters to appear? Chen Shang also didn't know whether it would hurt people in the process of giving birth to those monsters. What he can be sure of is that after the monster drank the seawater, it grew quickly. The fetuses in the former Chalong Patriarchs were as huge as small pythons. Fortunately, their bodies were very strong, even if their stomachs were big, they were broken. Brother, if different ethnic groups drink the seawater, the fetuses should be different. Sister Xiaojing said suddenly. For example, the Chalong tribe, they might give birth to a lot of things with the same bloodline as their Chalong tribe. What caused the sea to become like this? Chen Shang only wanted to find the source, and then he told Linglong's mother-in-law about it. Do you still need to say? It must be the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Granny Linglong said. Little master, do you remember that when they met me at the altar, those guys used my energy to transform people into orcs? There are a large number of fragments of the law of life of the soul of the 6 souls. They should have done it. Guan Yanchao also said, in short, the 6 fate soul races like to do this kind of thing in the new universe, but this sea can now be regarded as the sea of life. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4423, The Earth's Lost Clouds. Chen Shang touched his stomach. If he hadn't found out and dealt with it earlier, he didn't know if he could resist the temptation. Each universe has a kind of fragment, which is used to create life, and it is usually together with Minghan. The 6 families of Minghan must have collected a lot over the years. If all are thrown into this sea, the consequences will be disastrous. Linglong mother-in-law said. Those life fragments must have been transformed by the 6 life soul clan. Under this vast sea, there are already a large number of sea beasts. I don't know if the sea beasts will give birth to strange things if they drink the sea water. Before Chen Shang was under the deep sea, he had encountered very huge sea beasts. He felt a little scared when he thought about it now. These life fragments originally contain energy. They are usually irradiated by light, mixed into mist and rain to dilute, and then sprinkled on the planet to sow seeds and create life. Now it's good, a lot of life fragments are put into this piece. The sea, Guan Yanchao also has a certain understanding of this kind of thing. What does it mean? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. If the Kanglan Sea changes dramatically, then the entire Saint Profound Star and even the entire sanctuary will be affected. The fragments of life contain very powerful power. When such a large amount of power is put into this sea, the power is too concentrated. It means that the things that are born will be very powerful. Granny Linglong said, "Little master, you should hurry up. Go and inform your friends and get them ready. The Heavenly Nightmare and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs, they will definitely be affected too." Chen Shang said, "But, the boss on Yanqing, why should he conceal this? There is a possibility. Some people don't want the Nightmare people and the Nightmare Orcs to know about this, because they need to study and see what happens when the Nightmare and the Nightmare Orcs drink the water of life." Granny Linglong said, "The 6th clan of life and soul put such a large amount of life fragments, they should not know what the result will be." Granny Linglong's meaning is obvious, there are inner ghosts in the Nightmare and the Nightmare Orcs. Hey, they will definitely say that these weird things were created by the Fate Soul 6 clan. Guan Yanchao laughed. The Fate Soul 6 clan likes doing this kind of thing the most, and then declares this universe. They created it. Chen Shang clenched his fists tightly, this kind of thing could not be stopped at all, his current strength was still too weak. This Saint Profound Star will soon explode into various species. What he couldn't accept was that the 6 life soul races were tossing around in his Aoshi cosmos all sorts of things, stating that it was for destruction. Chen Shang took out the talisman to spread the life fragments. He told Yu Zillion that the senior officials of the Heavenly Nightmare knew about it, but they chose not to say it. There must be some purpose. Shinru was very angry when she learned about this, because it meant that she was going to use them to do experiments to see what weird things could be born. There will be such a traitor in the Tianmao tribe, which makes her feel extremely angry. After Chen Shang spread the news, he was finally relieved a lot. "Little master, your island, Chalong Island, is also very dangerous." Granny Linglong said, "If something strange is born in the sea, and there are many more, your island will definitely be occupied the first time. Don't be afraid, I can hold it." After Chen Zhang's 6 divine mirrors became larger, the release of the Aoshi mountains and rivers was still very powerful, covering the entire Chalong Island. The reason why I chose to do it at Saint Profound Star is definitely because there is something in the center of the earth. Granny Linglong said, "Little master, you hurry up and explore the center of the earth." Chen Shang told the Chief Chalong something, and then he came to the Tianqing. After completing the migration, the space gate of the Heavenly Nightmare had also been closed. Now this Tianqing can directly lead to the center of the earth. Chen Shang took out the Aoshi God Furnace and let the Linglong mother-in-law inside explore it. This thing should have been built by our 6 fate souls. Guan Yanchao could also perceive this huge sinkhole. I guess that the 6 fate soul races have a plan to breed a large number of strange lives in the Kanglan Sea, and then introduce those strange lives into the center of the earth. Granny Linglong said, "The 6 fate soul races are experimenting. That's for sure. The Fate Soul 6 clan can't control the Heavenly Nightmare people and the Heavenly Nightmare Orc. They now want to create more powerful creatures that can be used to suppress the Heavenly Nightmare life." Guan Yanchao is very clear about the mind of the Fate Soul 6 families. There is also a pit on the Nightmare Orcs. But that pit does not lead to the center of the earth. Chen Shang looked at the Tianqing and hesitated. Wait, Granny Linglong seemed to perceive something and suddenly shouted, "There may be some danger below, don't go down yet." "Yes, I'll find a helper." Chen Shang immediately contacted Zillion, and said, "I will go down with Sister Zillion." Chen Shang contacted Yan Zillion with a talisman, only to tell her that if he wanted to enter the center of the earth, it might be more dangerous and needed her protection. Yu Zillion was a little puzzled, why didn't Chen Shang call that Scarlet Dragon Divine Lord, but instead asked her to protect it? But she didn't ask too much, because she also wanted to meet Chen Shang and ask him something. In addition, she was also very interested in the center of the earth of Saint Profound Star, because she had also learned about some conditions of Saint Profound Star before. Shinru stayed behind at the Zillion altar. She took her more than 100 clones and moved all the altars to the vicinity of the Zillion altar, which was much safer. She also knew that Chen Shang was looking for Zillion to go to the center of the earth. She only hoped that Chen Shang could have a good chat with Zillion and understand each other better. Chen Shang thought it would take a while for Zillion to rest and heal his injuries and refining Guan Yanchao's energy, but he didn't expect it to be completed soon. When Zhang Zillion came to Chelong Island, Chen Shang saw her, but he couldn't detect her 6 ways of cultivation, and I don't know why. Seeing Chen Shang, Yan Zillion showed her own face. Although Shinru had a gentle-looking face, there was a majesty between her brows, which made her show a bit of bravery. She was wearing purple close-fitting leather armor, and she was obviously ready to fight. Sister Zillion, let's set off now. Chen Shang released the 6 magic mirrors, and then stood up with Zillion. Zillion was only surprised by the 6 divine mirrors. She did not realize that this was the huge plate that covered the sky when the Red Dragon God Lord appeared on the stage. Master Shen, why do Emperor Shao and Emperor Crazy want to get me? Zillion asked directly, could you please investigate the situation in my body? Let's talk about it when you come back from the center of the earth. Chen Shang smiled and said, it's inconvenient now. Chen Shang knew that Yuan Zillion had a very powerful soul poem. Both Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor knew about it, so they both wanted to obtain Yuan Zillion. Master Shen, have you heard of the Heavenly Mother Soul race? This question suddenly asked by Zillion made Chen Shang secretly surprised. Because Zillion is the rebirth of the Jukai Lotus Emperor, but she hasn't awakened the memory yet. Why does she ask such questions? Of course I have heard of it, and my relationship with the Heavenly Mother Soul race is pretty good. Chen Shang also answered truthfully. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4424, Icy Center of the Earth. You have a good relationship with the people of the Heavenly Mother Soul race. How good is it? Zillion seemed surprised. Anyway, my relationship with their Celestial Mother is okay. Chen Shang said, Sister Zillion, why did you suddenly ask about this? Did you have a holiday with the Celestial Mother Soul race? No, I haven't had any festivals with them. But I have heard many rumors about them, and I have been looking for them for many years, and want to join them. Zillion shook her head gently. I don't know it is. What's the matter? Anyway, since I heard about the existence of the Heavenly Mother Soul race, I have always had this idea. Chen Shang knew what was going on, because in the soul of Zillion, there was the consciousness of Emperor Jukai. The consciousness of Emperor Lotus Jukai requires her to return to the Heavenly Mother Soul race, reacquainted with the Heaven Mother Soul race, and even help the Heaven Mother Soul race. Yuan Zillion has a very powerful soul gift, maybe it was inherited by Emperor Jukai, but he hasn't awakened yet. Sister Zillion, when did you hear of the Heavenly Mother Soul race? Chen Shang asked, have you never been to the Heavenly Mother Soul race for so many years? Many years ago, my parents were still alive at that time. I have been in the Heavenly Nightmare universe and have never left. And I heard that the Heavenly Mother Soul race is the enemy of the Minghan 6 races and has been chased and killed by the Minghan 6 races. So it's very secretive, said Yan Zillion. Even the 6 Fate Soul races can't find them, let alone me. The Heavenly Mother Soul race had indeed fought against the Life Soul 6 races. Although they were defeated in the end, the legends about them have been passed down. Over the years, the 6 Life Soul races have invaded multiple universes and left many universes torn apart. It has long been angered and grieved. Therefore, the Tianmu Soul clan who dared to fight against the 6 Life Soul clan is admired by many people. Otherwise, I will take you to the Heavenly Mother Palace in the sanctuary. That place is also the power of the Heavenly Mother Spirit race. That palace Master Sister and I are good friends, you are so powerful, and you are an alchemist, you can definitely join easily. Yes, Chen Shang smiled. The clone of Celestial Mother was in the Holy Palace of Heavenly Mother, and it was also because of the awakening of the clone of Heavenly Mother that caused many things to happen in the Holy Palace of Heavenly Mother. Chen Shang didn't know what was going on inside. He had asked the Lord of the Heavenly Mother Palace before, but she didn't answer much, only that the Heavenly Mother Palace was very peaceful at the moment. Bai Junjun and Shen Junyi are now also inquiring about the intelligence of Tianmu Holy Palace, but they have found nothing. Really? That's great. When are we going? Yu Zillion asked hurriedly. It seems that she can't wait to get in touch with the Heavenly Mother Soul race. Don't worry, don't worry. Heavenly Mother Holy Palace should be facing any problems, but they didn't tell me. Chen Shang sighed. Wait until I figure out the situation. I guess they might come to Saint Profound Star. Why do you want to come to Saint Profound Star? This place is still very dangerous now. Yu Zillion said. They should hide. However, Saint Profound Star also has a lot of resources. For example, the large number of sky source crystals that appear, they have a great demand for this. Chen Shang said. Anyway, my Shen family has decided to come to Saint Profound Star. This is the unanimous decision of the Shen family elders. Fortunately, there is a Dakan gate here. After the Shen family arrives, they can temporarily stay inside the Dakan gate. Guan Ying is very caring about Dakun sect, and the defense is pretty good now. If the Shen family joins, they will work together to strengthen the defense, and it will be no problem to resist the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. However, their main enemy now is not from the Heavenly Nightmare universe, but from the Palace of Souls and the 6 sacred gates. There is no space gate, and Chen Shang now dares to descend quickly to the center of the earth. Yuan Zillion is ready to deal with danger at any time, and Saint Profound Star is also very mysterious to her, so she is also very curious about it. Sister Zillion, the Heavenly Nightmare family has ghosts. They have long known that the seawater can give birth to children, but they have not sent you a message. Chen Shang said, if you accidentally drink it, the consequences will be disastrous. In our Heavenly Nightmare clan, it was already very chaotic. Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor were not in the same mind. Moreover, Emperor Shao and the kings beside Mad Emperor were fighting over and under. Zillion sighed. Anyway, for many years. I'm tired of them, and now I can cut with them, that would be the best. Sister Zillion, your elder sister, Balian, she may have an affair with Emperor Shao and the Mad Emperor. Chen Shang whispered. The Thunder King and the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King respect her, indicating that she is the Mad Emperor. With the people around Emperor Shao. Hearing Chen Zhang's words, Yu Zillion closed her eyes and sighed. I really didn't expect that I would have such a sister. Why would she do this? Since she was a child, my parents gave her the best. But she. Speaking of this, Yu Zillion's heart was aching. Her parents were killed by Yu Balian, and she almost suffered. Sister Zillion, your parents' souls may still be there. Chen Shang said, although many years have passed. But Balian knows that you have a very important value, so she might well preserve your parents' souls. Here comes to threaten you. It's possible. Yan Zillion nodded. Then we will catch her out and take her down. Chen Shang said, when we return from the center of the earth, we will start planning. But, there are Shao Di and Mad Emperor behind her. Zillion shook his head slightly. It's too risky. Shao Di and Mad Emperor both want to get me. The secrets hidden in me are very important to them, and they have not given up for so many years. As they spoke, they entered the center of the earth. What surprised Chen Shang and Zan Zillion was that the center of the earth turned out to be an icy land, with snowy white ice everywhere. There were waves of violent blizzards that continued to roar. Even Chen Shang and Yan Zillion felt icy cold at this moment. This center of the earth is not the same, said Yu Zillion. Most of the center of the earth is very hot and strong, but it is empty and cold here. The 6 magic mirrors released a protective cover to keep the ice cold out. At the same time, the 6 magic mirrors continuously released various exploration methods. Chen Shang also opened his mind and looked around. The center of the earth is very huge, and Chen Shang doesn't know how to find the things hidden in the center of the earth. What is certain now is that the power of the center of the earth is very powerful. If the strength is not strong enough, once it falls in, it will be frozen into ice instantly, and it will be broken when it falls on the ground. Drink the seawater, and you will give birth to strange creatures. In a short time, there will be a lot of strange creatures in the entire Kanglan Sea. Maybe they will all enter the center of the earth through this channel. Chen Shang said, there may only be mighty soul 6. The clan knows what is hidden here. I see. Yan Zillion looked very serious, and said solemnly, the 6th clan of Life and Soul used the Kanglan Sea to create a large number of lives. Soon, those lives will arrive in the center of the earth for sacrifice. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4425, Sword King. Chen Shang was also surprised when he heard what Zillion said, and then he was extremely frightened when he thought about it. The sea water of the Kanglan Sea began to mutate, which seemed to have happened after the 2 space doors were closed. Both the Nightmare Orcs and the Nightmare race have completed their migration, and the seawater has only begun to have problems. Today's 6 Fate Soul races can't deal with the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs and the Heavenly Nightmare race, so they need to kill each other to weaken their power. However, the sixth clan of Life and Soul also knew that they couldn't blindly expect the two clans to kill each other. What if they suddenly joined forces? For what reason? Therefore, the Life Soul 6 races also left a lot of backhands. By throwing a large number of life law fragments into the sea, they bred a large number of strange and powerful creatures, which could suppress the entire nightmare creatures. At the same time, this can also disrupt the growth of the local creatures in Sanctuary. Then, in the heart of the earth of Saint Profound Star, the 6 fading soul races might have built an altar here long ago. Master Shen, there is a terrible altar here. Yan Zillion looked at the vast white earth's inner world. This blizzard was blowing, and I couldn't see what would be in the depths, but Zillion could perceive the existence of an altar here. What kind of altar will it be? Chen Shang asked. What kind of power can that altar bring? Chen Shang still didn't know much about the power of the altar. He only knew that when the altar was used for sacrifice, he could obtain all kinds of magical energy. For example, Yan Qing said before that they can conceive through the altar. Yan Qing has given birth to many children. Those with core aptitude will be sent to the altar for sacrifice. From now on, Chen Shang guessed that the power of the altar to make people pregnant was the power of the law of life. What role the altar can play depends mainly on the demands of those who open the altar during the sacrifice. Zillion said, "We must find that altar quickly, and then block the entrance. We must not let the altar open here." Sister Zillion, can you perceive the altar? Chen Shang asked. Yes, it's over there. Yu Zillion pointed in a direction and said, I just don't know how far it is. Don't worry, the center of the earth should not be big, we will be there soon. Chen Shang felt that the center of the earth was shrinking inside this star, no matter how big it was. No, this star is very special, and I don't know what's going on. The center of the earth may be bigger than the ground. Zillion said, it should be far more than that, maybe, this center of the earth can still accommodate several Saint Profound stars. Chen Shang immediately thought of something, and said, is it the power of space? Not bad. Yu Zillion nodded. Chen Shang didn't notice, and then he asked Linglong mother-in-law and Xiaojing's sister to perceive the space here. Neither Granny Linglong nor Sister Xiaojing were aware of the spatial situation here, but they both thought that Zillion's guess was very likely. The center of the earth of Saint Profound Star is very likely to be a huge space, and I don't know why it was formed, and I don't know how many people know it. The 6 magic mirrors began to fly, and Chen Shang also speeded up specially. Be careful, don't go too fast. Yu Zillion suddenly reminded. Suddenly, Zillion also took out a purple long sword. This sword is very special, the blade is a bit wide, like an elongated lotus petal, and the sword frame of the guard is also a purple lotus shape. Sister Zillion, your sword is so beautiful and amazing. Chen Shang exclaimed, did you make this yourself? No, I cultivated. I don't know how, I can cultivate by myself. Zillion said with a serious expression. Master Shen, I feel that there is danger approaching, there is a very powerful guy here. Just after she finished speaking, a cold light flashed. Zillion also reacted extremely quickly, hurriedly swung his sword to a block, and at the same time a soft and warm power enveloped Shen Shang. She was already standing in front of Shen Shang and released a large translucent purple lotus, wrapping and protecting Chen Shang. Chen Shang was secretly frightened, and he didn't even notice the attack just now, indicating that the opponent's strength was extremely powerful, and it was well hidden. The Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare, we haven't seen each other for many years, is it necessary to come here when we meet now? Zillion said coldly. At this time, there was a man with sword eyebrows and bright eyes in front of him with white temples. He was standing in the air with a rusty long iron sword on his back, smiling and looking at Zillion. Xiaolian, you are still the same. You are still so young, but I am a little old. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is not old at all, but his hair is a bit white, but his face looks like a young man in his 20s, and his thin face is also quite handsome. Compared with Chen Shang, even though the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was already handsome, it looked a little worse. Chen Shang remembered that Zuying had encountered a Heavenly Nightmare Sword God before, and later he heard about the 10 Nightmare Universe Kings, and thought that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God Zuying had met before should be the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King in front of him. The sword you used just now was very dangerous, did you know? Yan Zillion was a little angry, because she almost injured Chen Shang just now. Her voice was still very cold, and angrily said, why are you attacking us? Xiaolian, I'm just trying to test you. See how much you care about that kid. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled and said, "Sure enough, are you caring for him?" "Who is he?" "He is my friend and is kind to me. I'm here to protect him." Zillion was even more angry, wishing to slash it out. "It turned out to be so. I thought he was your little lover." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. Just as he was laughing, Zillion slapped it out from the air, and saw a purple mist gushing out, and a purple lightning bolt was also in the middle of the mist, hitting the mouth of the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King hurriedly avoided at that moment, and then his face suddenly changed, showing that Zillion's move made him very scared. "Xiaolian, did you want my life? You used such a powerful poison on me," the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said with lingering fear. "You test me again next time, you are dead." Zillion was still very angry. I was wrong. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King could only apologize quickly, and then asked, "What are you doing to protect this kid? It's dangerous here, you should leave quickly." "Are you the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God?" Chen Shang asked. "No, I am not the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God, my master is. His old man has been missing for many years and may be dead. However, I often pretend to be him and swindle, and many people believe it, ha ha ha." Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said with a mean smile. Chen Shang secretly despised this guy, but now he also knew that he had guessed wrong before, and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God Zuying encountered should be the real Heavenly Nightmare Sword God. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God are not alone. "Master Shen, don't talk to him too much, he's not a good person." Zillion said, "This person is sick, it's best not to pay attention to him. He is very cheap, the King of Nightmare." Xiaolian, how can you slander me? I am a good person. After you rejected my pursuit many times in the past, you often praised me as a good person." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled and said, "That's right. I thought this kid was your son just now. It seems that you are still single." "No, I have a man, he is my man." Yan Zillion pulled Chen Shang and asked him to lean over. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4426, The Cheapest is Invincible. Chen Shang was a little reluctant, because he didn't want to be Zillion's shield now. Yu Zillion made it clear that he was used as a toolman to stimulate the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Seeing that Chen Shang refused to lean over, Zillion Zhang vigorously pulled him over, then put her hand on Chen Zhang's waist and hugged him tightly, looking very intimate. Chen Shang felt a little uncomfortable with Yu Zillion, because she was wearing a thick armor. Fortunately, she was very fragrant, so Chen Shang just struggled and didn't resist anymore. "Ha ha ha, Xiaolian, you haven't seen you for so many years, you have made a lot of progress. You dare to show off to me with your arms around a man. Not bad, you can put down your body to be so close to this kid in order to beat me, this is great progress." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. Chen Shang looked helpless, because as long as she wasn't stupid, she could tell that Zillion was deliberate, and it didn't make any sense for her to do so. "I'm serious," Yu Zillion said. "I have said to many princes before that I am Chen Zhang's woman." "Chen Shang, he is Chen Shang, is that the son of evil chaos? Good fellow, so he is not a kid." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was very curious. He looked at Chen Shang and said with a smile, "Xiaolian, what are you saying? Someone will believe it. Crazy Emperor and Xiao Emperor will not believe it even more, everyone can see that you deliberately used him as a cover." This Heavenly Nightmare Sword King actually knew that Chen Shang was the son of evil chaos. Chen Shang and Yu Zillion were a little surprised, they thought that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King had never been in the heart of the earth. "Bitch, you shouldn't know how capable he is." Zillion sneered coldly. "You, and other princes, plus Emperor Xiao and Mad Emperor, are far inferior to him. Lord Shen has been me for many years. The person who has been waiting, only he is worthy of me. Where is he powerful, is the identity of the son of evil chaos. It feels like that, and there are many curses on him." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said. "The sixth clan of life and soul will also chase him all the time, I don't understand. What's so good about him? First, he is better looking than you, second, he is more capable than you. Isn't that enough?" Yan Zillion seemed to say seriously. Chen Shang looked speechless. After all, Zillion was playing around, just to fight the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. "Don't pretend, you really agree that he is your man. It's not enough to just hug and hug." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King grinned and said, "Why do you all have to talk?" Yan Zillion immediately turned her head to look at Chen Shang. Before Chen Shang could react, she kissed Chen Shang, very jerky and fiercely kissing Chen Shang. It didn't last long. She let go of Chen Shang, then looked at the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, and pouted, and said, "What else do you want to say now?" The Nightmare Sword King was stunned. For many years, let alone zillion, even pulling her hand has never been done by a man. However, in front of him, Zillion took the initiative to kiss this son of evil chaos. "Boy, your beautiful blessings are not shallow, but I am afraid you can't bear this kind of beautiful blessings." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed with a distressed look. "Forget it, there is no fragrant grass in the end of the world, why bother to have a single love flower? From now on, you Zillion will no longer be the lover of my dreams, let's just break up like this. Xiaolian, if you don't follow me, this is your loss. I hope you don't regret it in the future. If you miss me, you have missed the whole world. You have to think carefully, you think about it again. I am willing to be your little husband, I can tolerate this kid being your big husband." "Bitch, shut up," Zillion blasted out with another palm, and the purple poisonous gas blasted out like lightning. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King flashed very quickly, and said with a smile, "Little Lian, Xiao Lian, I will definitely become stronger, and then I will make you change your mind. By the way, when you see me with other beauties in the future, Qian, don't be jealous. You bitch, get away from me." Zillion shouted angrily, "If you don't get out, I will kill you. Although we can't be lovers, and we officially broke up. But I will definitely listen to what you say. I'll go now, goodbye." After the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King finished speaking, he ran away without a trace. Chen Shang was still in a daze, and Zillion kissed him just now, which really caught him off guard. "Sister Zillion, how did that guy know your name?" Chen Shang asked. "He is my father's friend. This guy, I've called him uncle since I was a kid, and when I grow up, I actually want to marry me." Zillion waved her hand and said, "I don't want to talk about this anymore." "Then which camp does he belong to? Does he follow Emperor Shao or Mad Emperor?" Chen Shang asked. "He leans on both sides. This guy is very cheap and has a thick skin," said Zillion. "Let's go and continue to look for that altar." Chen Shang continued to urge the 6 god mirrors to fly. Regarding the kiss just now, Zillion did not mention it again, as if it had never happened. "Sister Zillion, will that fellow follow us?" Chen Shang asked in a low voice. "He seems to be hiding well, and he can fly. He is a little capable. Otherwise, a guy as cheap as him, I don't know how many times he has died." Zillion gritted his teeth and said, "I don't know how my father found such a guy to be his friend. Sister Zillion, next time you want me to cooperate in acting, it is best to tell me in advance. I am willing to cooperate with you. As suddenly as before, my heart can't stand it." Chen Shang laughed. "Don't you like me?" Yan Zillion looked at Chen Shang and asked indifferently, "Why do you keep rejecting Shinru? Don't you know that she is sad?" Chen Shang was startled, and Zillion actually knew about it. "Even though Shinru is my sister, she is still my clone in essence. What does she think? I don't know." Zillion said, "I am not a simple sisterhood relationship with her. In fact, she is me. I am her." "That's not good." Chen Shang quickly turned off the topic and said, "Although Sister Shinru is a clone, she has an independent mind and personality. Sister Zillion, you can't influence her. Don't you understand? I can affect her, so she can affect me too." Zillion said seriously, "As long as I am with her, we will influence each other, and then our thoughts and characters will gradually mutual identities will eventually merge together, and even memories will be synchronized." Chen Shang was stunned. He thought Shinru could remain independent forever, but this is not the case now. "I don't know why this happened. Anyway, I was strongly influenced by Shinru." Zillion said no more. Shinru likes Chen Shang, especially during this period of time, so Zillion is also affected by Shinru. Chen Shang knew what was going on. Zillion was originally the 9-color Wanlian, so after the clone came close, it would gradually assimilate. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4427, Ming Emperor. Chen Shang looked around, because he felt that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was still nearby. "Don't look, he's following us." Zillion said, "Let's leave it to him. This bastard, if he dares to mess around, let's see how I can deal with him." "Sister Zillion, are you strong or he is strong?" Chen Shang asked. "Of course I am better than him, otherwise he wouldn't run away just now." Zillion said, "He knew I was really angry, so he ran away right away." Zillion's strength should be very strong, close to Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor, mainly because she is the reincarnation of Emperor Jukai, although she does not have the memory of Emperor Jukai, but her comprehension is still there. Excellent in all aspects. Zillion said before that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was a friend of her father, who had watched her grow up, but she was still surpassed. What we are going to do now is very mysterious, but we can't let him know. Chen Shang whispered. Don't worry, if he dares to talk nonsense everywhere, I will kill him. Zillion said with a stern face. That ***** knows better than anyone if I will actually kill him. It's better to call him over. I have something to ask him. Chen Shang said. He should have been here very early, and he seems to be able to fight. If you encounter any danger, you can also ask him to fight, in front of. Okay, I'll call him here. After Zillion finished speaking, he said loudly, Bitch, come here, Master Shen has something to ask you. Chen Shang was a little bit dumbfounded. Did he call people like this? What surprised him was that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King had really come over, and he had a hippie smile. Shaolian, your little grandfather is not a good bird. According to my countless experiences, he is probably also a big carrot. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled and said to Chen Shang, Master Shen, how many women do you have? Quote. Zillion's face was pale. She naturally knew that Chen Shang was a flower intestine. After all, this was admitted by Chen Shang. I don't remember. Chen Shang also smiled and said, The Nightmare Sword King, there is an altar here, how much do you know about that altar? Don't remember. It's amazing, admire it. After the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King finished speaking, he said to Zillion, Shaolian, look at him, he is a scumbag. There are a few women who don't remember. Although I don't remember exactly how many women I have, I know there are about tens of thousands. You should follow me, at least I will remember you. Zillion's face was stern, her beautiful eyes glared at the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare with murderous intent, and the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare flew away quickly, not daring to get too close to the 6 magic mirrors. Hurry up and answer Master Shen's question, or I will castrate you. Zillion scolded angrily. Come on, there are more women who have castrated me. But I am amazing and can always grow out. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King grinned. Asshole, you quickly answer Master Shen's question. Zillion was really speechless. Faced with such a person, if it hadn't been for Chen Shang to ask questions, she would have taken action long ago. Master Shen, the altar here is amazing. It was built by the 6th clan of Life and Soul, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Did you come to the center of the earth to find that altar? I advise you to leave as soon as possible, that the altar is for you. To deal with me, Chen Shang frowned, are you sure? Bitch, you'd better be honest with me in this matter. If there is anything wrong with Master Shen, I promise you will regret coming to this world. Said Zillion. Are you going to torture me? That's great, I like women to torture me the most. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled. The woman who tortured me the hardest, the deeper I love. For example, there was one before, she used me to give her Tian Yuanjing has raised thousands of men with me behind her back. Oh, my torture made me almost heartbroken, but I still love her very much. Chen Shang felt the madness in Zillion's heart. This Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was really weird. Uncle Sword, is that altar used to target me? How did you know? Chen Shang laughed. You are the most interesting person I have ever seen. Don't worry, if Sister Zillion wants to kill you, I will definitely stop her. Interesting people like you should live longer. Master Shen is also very interesting, ha ha ha. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. Can you share with me, how did you chase Shaolian? If you tell me, I can give 3,000 wives and concubines, you. At this moment, another poisonous lightning blasted out from Zillion, and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King immediately dodged. Dead bitch, hurry up and answer Master Shen's question. Zillion shouted angrily. Yes, that altar is used to seal Master Shen. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said. If it can't be sealed, then it can be used to cast a spell. Whether to seal or cast a spell, a lot of sacrifices are needed. Quote. It turned out to be used to deal with myself. Chen Shang was very surprised. He always thought that the 6th clan of Life and Soul didn't know about him and didn't care about him, but he didn't expect to use this altar to deal with him. Originally, this altar was not used to target young Master Shen. But now, he is the heart of the 6th clan of Life Soul, so it is used to provoke him. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed. Xiao Lian, if the 6 fate and soul races have really succeeded, and you are going to be a widow. Shut up. Yan Zillion closed her eyes and said coldly, who was this altar meant for? Originally, it was prepared for the Ming Emperor, but, what is the current situation of the Ming Emperor, no one can understand. It is difficult to catch him, and because he is not a serious living person, so the curse is also difficult. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said, Shen Gongzi is the son of the evil chaos, and he is naturally used to deal with him. Without asking, Chen Shang knew who Mingdi was. In addition to the 3 emperors and 10 kings of the Heavenly Nightmare universe, Emperor Shao and the Mad Emperor, there is also a great emperor who is actually called the Ming Emperor. From what the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said just now, Chen Shang could know that Ming Emperor was very special and was not a serious living person, so he could not curse him. Where is Ming Emperor? Yu Zillion asked hurriedly. I don't know, I thought he would be here, but I have been waiting for him for a long time, and I haven't seen him. Speaking of Ming Emperor, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King actually became serious. Yu Zillion and Heavenly Nightmare Sword King seemed to be in awe of the Ming Emperor. But, since the altar is aimed at Sun Shen, then Sun had better stay away, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. If you get closer, the altar might open automatically and directly seal Sun Shen. No, I'm going to destroy that altar. Yu Zillion said, you can't let the 6th clan of life and soul put such a dangerous thing here. Xiaolian, that altar is huge, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Don't talk about you, I'm afraid that our 3 emperors and 10 kings may not be able to destroy it if we join forces. Far away. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4428, Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother. Chen Shang had never seen that altar, so he didn't know how powerful it was, but he thought he could destroy it. Firstly, he has 6 magic mirrors, and secondly, it is about Yan Chao's understanding of the 6 life soul altars. Yan Zillion looked at Chen Shang, and then said, let's go and see first. Since that altar can release the curse, then Master Shen can't hide it. Since it's here, just go over and see if you can destroy it. By the way, slut, why do you know so much about that altar? Who gave you the information? Yan Zillion asked. My senior brother told me that he participated in the construction of this altar many years ago. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed and said, my senior brothers are still very powerful, but they are not as strong as I am, and they are not as long as I am. You have to be handsome. He participated in the construction of the altar. Is he a member of the 6th clan of life and soul? Chen Shang asked in surprise. Yeah, but he is different from other Fate Soul 6 clan guys. He has been transformed by my master since he was a child. It was my master who was inserted into Fate Soul 6 clan, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Such an important matter, you should keep it secret. Chen Shang was a little speechless. Xiao Lian won't tell me. She's not a woman with a long tongue. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. Besides, my senior brother has been exposed long ago and has been killed. His wives have been taken care of by me very well. Quote. Hearing this, Zillion wanted to punch someone again. You deserve to be a bitch. Yu Zillion snorted. This altar is very useful, mainly because this Saint Profound Star is very peculiar. In the sanctuary, in the heart of the Saint Profound Star, a large number of heavenly origin crystals can be bred, and there is a very magical heavenly origin. Crystal Soul Mother, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said. This was discovered by my master, and it was later known to the 6th fate of soul. Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother. Chen Shang was ecstatic in his heart. If he could get it, wouldn't it be possible to have a heavenly source crystal close to infinity? In the Aoshi universe, the sanctuary is a low-level space area. The energy of the entire universe should be allocated to the sanctuary very scarce. It is impossible for the sanctuary to breed the heavenly origin crystal. Why does this Saint Profound Star have the heavenly origin crystal? Something like Soul Mother. Zillion was also surprised. Ghosts know what's going on. In short, they belong to the 6 Fate Soul races now. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed. I came here just to see if the altar really exists. I didn't expect it to be true. Don't say anything, I'm going to leave now. I don't want to meet guys from the 6 Fate and Souls here. Do Shao Emperor and Mad Emperor know about this? Yu Zillion asked. You are on 2 boats, and you seem to be loyal to them. You should sell this kind of information to them, right? Of course not. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed. There is a little fairy beside them. If I tell them, the little fairy will know about it, and then the little fairy will provoke them. Who is that little fairy? Yan Zillion frowned. Chen Shang had already thought of who it was Yuan Zillion's elder sister, Balian. Haha, you still don't know how to do this. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King laughed and said, Xiao Lian, as long as you know that Emperor Xiao and Emperor Mad are both pigheads. It's Yan Balian. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he said again, Sword King, have you ever had a leg with Yan Balian? Don't talk nonsense. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King hurriedly waved his hand. Yang Balian killed my parents, didn't you? Yuan Zillion looked at the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, and looked at the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King with a terrifying look. She thought that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King must know something, but she didn't tell her. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is a good friend of her father, he must know something. This, Xiaolian, did you know that? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King long sighed. No way, that little fairy is so powerful, I almost lost her way. Anyway, I don't want to meet her again. Are my parents' souls still in her hands? Zillion's voice became much louder. I don't know, it may still be there. With her treacherous, it should be kept to threaten you. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said helplessly, you value family affection so much, and she has been indoctrinating you for many years and has to report it. The hatred of your parents, so you can't let go of your parents. Then have you ever had a leg with her? Yu Zillion forced. If you go to explore the altar, be careful. There should be guys from the Fate Soul 6 races nearby. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King pointed in a direction and said, it's over there. I have an urgent matter, so go ahead. There will be a period later. After speaking, the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare flew away immediately. Although he did not answer Yu Zillion's question, from his reaction, he did have a leg with Yu Balian. Why do I have such a sister? Yan Zillion was so angry that she closed her eyes and took a deep breath. She trembled and said coldly, I really want to kill her by myself. Sister Zillion, let's take a look at the altar. Chen Shang pulled Zillion's hand and comforted. Don't worry, if your parents' souls are still there, then they can be reborn. I just don't know how Yu Balian intends to exchange with me. Yu Zillion sighed, what is important to me? I guess, it may be a very powerful soul gift. Chen Shang said, because I can feel that, Sister Zillion, your soul gift fluctuates, maybe you just haven't awakened. Really, I have been trying to obtain soul gifts for many years, but I actually have unawakened soul gifts. Zillion frowned. Soul gifts are very rare. Among the 3 emperors and 10 kings, only the Ming Emperor has soul gifts, Xiao neither the Emperor nor the Mad Emperor, maybe they do, but they didn't tell us. When I finish my work here, I'll help you explore it. Chen Shang said. Master Shen, do you have a soul gift? Yan Zillion asked. Sure, Chen Shang said. I still know a friend, she also has a soul gift, I will introduce her to you the next day, she is a girl, and has a deep relationship with the Tianmu soul race. Is it your woman? Yan Zillion asked. No, it's my little maid. Chen Shang laughed. Chen Shang actually has a soul gift, even her maid has it, and Zillion only finds it incredible. Soul Fu is extremely rare in the Heavenly Nightmare universe, and even in the 6 life soul races. Chen Shang originally planned to destroy the altar, but now he has a new plan, which is to seize the control of the entire center of the earth. Although it was icy and snowy, it was very spacious, with heaven and earth in the center of the earth, and it was a very powerful space, even larger than the entire Saint Profound Star. If you can take the center of the earth, then plug the Tianqing, and then study it, and arrange the barriers in the center of the earth through the Ao Shishan too, it will be difficult for others to enter. The problem now is how to deal with that altar, and whether it can deal with the powerhouses of the 6 fate of souls who can guard the altar. Guan Yanchao wasn't sure what kind of altar it was now, he had to see it before he could be sure, and then he could tell him the specific situation. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4429, 9. The 6 magic mirrors released their shields to resist the biting cold. When I first came to the center of the earth, the 6 magic mirrors hadn't adapted yet, even if the shield was released, it would still feel very cold. But now, the 6 magic mirrors have gradually adapted, and they seem to be able to learn by themselves to master the special ice and cold power that resists here. Yu Zillion just thinks Chen Zhang's 6 magic mirrors are very powerful, and she can't see what it is. Before Chen Shang was released and suspended in the air as the Red Dragon God Lord, she became very huge, and she did not think of it. Master Shen, How did you know the sword god of heavenly nightmare? Yu Zilian asked. Even if it is me, this is the first time I have heard of the sword god of heavenly nightmare. I have never heard of it before, and I don't know that. The has a master. From just now to now, Zillion has been reminiscing about it, and finally determined that the heavenly nightmare sword god had never appeared in her mind. Chen Shang briefly talked about Zhu Ying's encounter with the heavenly nightmare sword god, destroying those Tianyuan crystal mines. Fate and Soul 6 clan actually helped the heavenly nightmare orcs to create a large number of heavenly origin crystals. Zillion didn't know about this. She frowned. It seems that the Fate Soul 6th clan really wants us to fight the heavenly nightmare orcs, in the end. Originally, your cooperation is the best choice. Chen Shang sighed. If you cooperate, you might be able to destroy the 6th clan of life and soul long ago. The heavenly nightmare orcs were originally created by the Fate Soul 6 clan to destroy us, but later, the heavenly nightmare orcs also had enough of the Fate Soul 6 races, but at the same time they had already forged a deep hatred with us, Zillion. Shaking his head, the hatred between us and the heavenly nightmare orcs has reached the point where it cannot be resolved. Chen Shang had to admire the methods of the 6 life soul races, and in this way, they solved a hidden danger. Sister Zillion, how much do you know about Yan Balian? Chen Shang said, it is not easy to take her down. She is very cunning. For so many years, I have trusted her too much. As a result, I rarely understand her. Zillion sighed softly, don't worry, I can deal with her. Yu Balian is now also a very sad thing in Yu Zillion's heart, but she has experienced so much, and she will soon be able to see it. She has to face this incident, so she hopes she can punish Yu Balian with her own hands. The center of the earth is a world of ice and snow, and it is very vast. Chen Zhang's 6 magic mirrors are getting faster and faster, but they still fly for a long time, and they haven't reached the center of the earth. The center of the earth is indeed a very spacious space. If it were the Saint Profound Star, flying at this speed for such a long time, it would have been able to circle several times a long time ago. Said Yan Zillion. As you get closer to the center, the wind and snow here become more violent, making it impossible to see what is far away. However, Zillion could feel it. It's getting closer, she said suddenly. The altar is not far from us. Chen Shang took out the proud god furnace, let Guan Yanchao feel it inside, and see if he noticed it. I can't feel anything. After Guan Yanchao tried for a while, he responded to Chen Shang. My soul is very weak, it's not like it used to be. Chen Shang opened his mind and looked at it. After penetrating the thick snowstorm, he saw 9 huge square pillars standing in a circle in front of him. The 4 huge pillars are all 10,000 feet high, and each one is like a giant mountain, separated by the same distance, forming a circle, surrounding something. Because he saw it through his mind and eyes, Chen Shang could only see the 9 square pillars emitting white light, and he couldn't see the details. Afterwards, Chen Shang told Guan Yanchao of his findings. After listening to Guan Yanchao, he didn't answer immediately, as if he was thinking about something. Not long after, he replied, you have to confirm again to see what the 9 square pillars are around. It can be seen that Guan Yanchao already knows what it is, but needs further confirmation. When Chen Shang looked at it carefully, he could only see a mass of nothing. He thought it was a blizzard before. But what Guan Yanchao said, the thing surrounded by the 9 square pillars was not a blizzard, but something huge there. He immediately told Guan Yanchao of his discovery. Not enough, I have to determine the shape of that thing. Guan Yanchao said, because there are many altars of this kind. Okay, Chen Shang could only control the 6 magic mirrors to approach and fly to a higher position. At this time, the 6 mirrors also pierced through the thick blizzard layer, and came to a very calm area, where it is not cold, and there is no blizzard. Yuan Zillion also saw the 9 square pillars surrounding a huge square tripod. Chen Shang looked at it with heart and eyes. The square pillars were golden, but now he saw it with his own eyes, it was faintly golden. And the huge furnace in the middle, like a huge mountain standing in the middle, the surface is white, it is a 9-legged square tripod. Is this the altar? It was the first time Yan Zillion saw such a shocking and huge altar. Tianma Universe is very good at building altars, and there are many giant altars, such as her purple lotus altar. However, the altar in front of me was different, especially the 9 powerful square pillars, spread out, and the 9-legged square tripod in the middle was much larger than her purple lotus altar. After Guan Yanchao listened, he sighed again, and said in surprise, why does this kind of thing appear here? What are they trying to do? What kind of altar is that? Chen Shang asked. 9 altars. Guan Yanchao said, do you know that when the 9 souls of the fate were still there, they built this altar? According to the legend handed down that year, after 3 were exterminated, this 9 altar plan was not completed. You said before that there are many altars similar to this. Chen Shang asked. Then what is special about these 9 altars? 9 huge square pillars, all of which were built by the 9 tribes of life and soul, will form a 9 enchantment. Guan Yanchao said. At the beginning, they built a lot of these square pillars, so many large altars will have 9. Enchantment Guardian. The 9 altars are shaped like tripods. This is special, so I can recognize them. What is this altar used for? Linglong mother-in-law asked. It was built to defeat Emperor Jukai, but according to the records, the altar was not completed, and the Emperor Jukai was betrayed, and then her friends died secretly. So, they should have built it back then. And successfully defeated Emperor Jukai. Guan Yanchao was very puzzled. It's just that this matter is kept secret. How did he bring this altar here? What are they going to use this altar for? Looking at this altar, Zillion suddenly had a headache, then gently rubbed his forehead, and asked in a low voice, Master Shen, do you have a headache? It's strange, why do I have a headache? Chen Shang was secretly frightened. Was it because of this altar that Emperor Lotus was defeated? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4430, Interfere. Sister Zillion, do we want to leave here? Chen Shang hurriedly supported Zillion, because he suddenly felt that Zillion had become much weaker. Not for the time being, I'll take a break. Yu Zillion gently shook his head. The 6th clan of life and soul is building such a powerful altar here, which poses a great threat to us, and they can't let them succeed. Regarding the Jukai Emperor Lotus, Guan Yanchao had only heard about it, so it is impossible to verify whether the main reason for the failure of Emperor Lotus was betrayal. Maybe Emperor Lotus was indeed betrayed by a friend back then, but if you want to completely defeat Emperor Lotus, you still need the cooperation of this altar. Chen Shang said to Guan Yanchao, how did such a large altar move here? Fate Soul 6 clan has rebuilt one here. I can't be sure. There should be a lot of guys from the 6th Fate and Soul here. If you can catch them and shove their souls into me, then I might be able to figure it out. Guan Yanchao said. Zillion's current state is not very good, and if Chen Shang acts alone, he is not at ease with Zillion. Fortunately, Zillion's headache symptoms only lasted for a while, and soon recovered. It's strange, I had a headache just now, and I became very weak. Zillion was very puzzled, staring at the huge altar. Master Shen, did you feel that way just now? No, Chen Shang shook his head and said, I don't know what's going on. Since Sister Zillion is all right, then we can continue to act. Do you have any plans? Yu Zillion asked. I'm going to catch a guy and ask, what is going on here? Chen Shang said, so first find a living guy. 6 divine mirrors carried them invisible, then lowered their height, and approached one of the square pillars. After approaching, it was like approaching an Optimus pillar, which was thousands of feet wide and very huge. But compared with the 9-legged square tripod in the middle, the Optimus giant pillar looks a lot slimmer again. The asterisk of the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, didn't you say that there are people from the 6th Fate and Soul family here? She didn't see anyone alone. Chen Shang also opened his eyes and looked everywhere, no matter how hard he could find people, and the 6 magic mirrors could not perceive the fluctuation of the soul. Is it inside the altar? Chen Shang whispered. Like the altars of Zillion and Shinru, there is space inside, so you can live in it and can accommodate many people. This 9 altar is so huge, it should be able to accommodate many people. Then let's get closer to the main body of the altar and take a look. Yu Zillion nodded. The 6 sacred mirrors flew over immediately, but the 6 sacred mirrors didn't fly for a long time, they stopped immediately, and they stopped in a hurry. Brother, there is a very strong barrier, which I only sensed after I got closer. Little Mirror said, a very threatening barrier, forcibly passing through it, it is very likely to be injured. There is an enchantment. Zillion Lu frowned, and said solemnly, it's a terrible enchantment, let's not go there. Chen Shang didn't feel it. Fortunately, Sister Xiao Jing was already the soul of the 6 fateful souls, so she had super-perceptual power. Brother, the power of this enchantment is released through Fate Soul. Sister Xiao Jing said. It looks like it is a part of the energy of the Fate Soul. Chen Shang was secretly shocked, there is actually a part of the Great Soul inside the 9 altars. If so, the power of this altar is far beyond his imagination. The gap between the great life soul and the little life soul can be said to be tens of thousands of miles. Even a small part of the great life soul contains extremely vast power. Of course, a big life soul like Linglong's mother-in-law has now degenerated into a small life soul. After all, only one of her most powerful life soul Yuanju has been recovered. Master Shen, let's withdraw, Yu Zilian said suddenly. Chen Shang, who was thinking, immediately turned his head to look at her, and saw that her beautiful eyes were full of fear. Zilian flinched. She felt a burst of inexplicable fear all over her body, which made her head hurt again. Chen Shang quickly squeezed her hand and said in a low voice, Sister Zilian, let's go now. The 6 divine mirrors immediately moved away from the barrier of the 9 altars, but they were still in the area where the 9 altars could be seen. There is no blizzard in this area. This is a protected area formed by the power of the 9 altars. Chen Shang guessed that the reason why Zilian feared the 9 altars was most likely because she, who was the Emperor Lotus back then, was killed by the 9 altars, which led to this kind of shadow lurking in the depths of her soul. He immediately told Guan Yanchao of the state of Zilian. It is also possible that the 9 altars remembered her, so he felt that she was a little familiar and then began to attack her. Guan Yanchao said, it seems that the 9 altars killed her back then. Zilian couldn't get close to the 9 altars, and Chen Shang couldn't force her to follow, but he didn't want to leave just like that now. Sister Zilian, how are you now? Chen Shang asked. It's much better. I don't know why this is happening, I'm really sorry. Yu Zilian said very guiltily. I promised to help you, but I can't help at all. Just don't get close, right? Chen Shang suddenly had an idea. It should be. Yu Zilian nodded. I have a way, Chen Shang said. We attack the enchantment, make movement, and then wait for someone to come out and catch us. This should shock the 6th clan of Life Soul. Yu Zilian said, I'm worried that they will take aggressive actions ahead of time. Sooner or later, they will be alarmed anyway. Chen Shang can only plan now. Do you want me to attack the barrier? Asked Zilian. Chen Shang nodded. Yan Zilian took a breath, then turned her palm to the 9 altars in front, and began to gather her strength. After condensing for a while, a purple light cluster with a width of several hundred feet was condensed, and then released toward the front. This huge purple light group contains very powerful energy, and Chen Shang feels a suffocating destructive power beside him. However, after this light ball touched the enchantment, it turned into a purple mist directly, and then quickly dissipated. Yu Zilian's eyes widened suddenly, and she felt incredible. They didn't mean to break through the barrier, they just wanted to make a little movement, but there was no movement at all. That's the only way. Chen Shang faced the 9 enchantments with the mirror of the 6 divine mirrors. He also discovered just now that enchantment can instantly dissipate very powerful energy, which means that no matter how strong it is, it may also be dissipated. So he plans to use an altar to blast it over. Chen Shang got a small altar before, and now it has become a toy for Sister Xiaojing. He intends to smash this small altar out. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4431, Beyond the Limit. Sister Xiaojing was tired of playing, and now she wanted to see what kind of power she had transformed the altar, so she agreed to throw the altar out. If she needs an altar, she can grab it with Shen Shang. There are many altars on the side of the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King camp, large and small. Yuan Zilian didn't know what Chen Shang was going to do. Just about to ask, she saw an altar suddenly appeared in front of her. Compared with people, this altar is very big, but in the Heavenly Nightmare universe, it can only be regarded as a very low-level small altar. However, this altar was pushed out with a powerful force by the 6 divine mirrors, and when it hit the enchantment, there was a big shock. It works. Chen Shang smiled. I just don't know if anyone will show up. To Chen Zhang's surprise, the reaction of the 9 enchantments was not small. The 9 huge square pillars were all shining, and even the enchantment level showed a pale golden brilliance. Chen Shang believes that there is the power of Sister Xiaojing inside that small altar, and Sister Xiaojing is the soul of life. This is most likely the power of the 6 life souls, which arouse the vigilance of the 9 altars. Perhaps the power of the 6 souls of life is not strong yet, but the 9 altars themselves have sensed the threat, and there will be such a big movement. Zilian also felt incredible. In her opinion, the force that the small altar smashed into should be far less than the purple energy group she had just condensed. The movement caused quickly had an effect. Sure enough, dozens of people flew out of the 9 altars in the middle. The clothes of those people are also very weird. On the golden armor they are wearing, there are golden beads sticking to it. It is possible to fly directly in the center of the earth, and there is no restriction on flying. Are they here? Chen Shang said in surprise. They seem to know we are here. Prepare to fight. Without saying a word, Yu Zilian rushed over with the beautiful purple lotus sword in his hand. Chen Shang was a little worried, and immediately released the Outshi God Furnace, allowing Guan Yanchao inside to perceive the strength of the group of people. Don't worry, it's all a group of weak chickens. She can deal with it. Guan Yanchao said. The power of this group of people is a bit strange, not like the power of the 6 fate of souls I know. This group of people was really a group of weak chickens in front of Zillion, and they were easily cut off by Zillion. Chen Shang controlled the 6 divine mirrors to fly over and absorb the souls. The souls of the 6 life soul races are very strong and difficult to destroy, so they all have the possibility of flying back to rebirth. The 6 divine mirrors threw the absorbed souls into the Aoshi divine furnace, and handed them over to Granny Linglong and Guan Yanchao for processing, and let them torture those souls. There are only a few dozen. Didn't that ****** say that the guy guarding here is very strong? Zilian flew back to Chen Shang, still remaining vigilant. And the 9 altars have calmed down now, and no one flies out again. Suddenly, Zilian felt danger. Chen Shang also sensed the extremely terrifying danger approaching. The one who reacted the fastest was the little sister. The mirror surface of the 6 magic mirrors directly irradiated in one direction, rushing out a well-concealed person. Yan Zilian also rushed to that person immediately, and a very fierce battle broke out soon. So strong. With my current body, I can't bear it after entering. Chen Shang was surprised, because in the heart of the earth, the cultivation base seemed unrestricted, and the power that burst out now seemed to be able to exceed the limits of the sanctuary. It turns out that the law of the Aoshi universe, the cultivation base and energy limit of the sanctuary, are only the previous energy. Now the energy that they burst out is already imperceptible by the law, so it can be broken. Granny Linglong said. In other words, with the emergence of the 6 principles, as long as the 6 paths of practice break through, then you can gradually break through the laws of the sanctuary. At that time, even in the sanctuary, you will be able to use the powerful power of the gods. The 6 principles of practice may allow people to surpass the power of the gods. Over the years, the practice laws of multiple universes have a limit. Even the 6 life soul races are trying their best to break through, and after the 6 practice rules of Aoshi universe appear, they will be able to break the upper limit of the power of God's domain. Guan Yanchao said with excitement. So you know how strong my little master is. He is the one who created the 6 paths of life, and he will also be the most proficient in the 6 paths in the future. Granny Linglong said. You know better than me, what does this mean? It's true. Now he can create 6 principles of practice, so he can create more rules in the future. He is the creator of the Aoshi universe order. Guan Yanchao said, even the soul of the Aoshi universe can't, it can be reversed. Should I help Sister Zillian? Chen Shang frowned. Sister Zillian seems to be unable to hit a fellow. Guan Yanchao, do you know the origin of that fellow? I can't see anything. Depending on the situation, he has been practicing the 6 paths for a while. Guan Yanchao said. This group of people is very likely to kill the guys in the 6 souls who are responsible for various research. They are very strong. It is not convenient for Chen Shang to intervene with 6 god mirrors now, he has to communicate with Yan Zilian to cooperate with her. The person who fought against Zilian was an old man, with a vicious aura on him, and he didn't seem to have practiced the 6 paths. Chen Shang used the 6 Dao mirror to perceive the opponent's 6 Dao cultivation situation, but could not perceive it. The 6 Dao mirror once again couldn't perceive other people's 6 Dao cultivation situation. Before, they couldn't perceive Zillion, and now they can't perceive the old man of the 6th clan of Life Soul. We are from the 6th clan of Fate and Soul. Who are you? A guy with your strength is also the core figure of the nightmare. Do you know that the nightmare has close cooperation with us? The old man said. Because he also knew that it would be difficult to win Zillion with his own power, so he just wanted to beat Zillion back quickly, and then go to the higher level of Tianmarin. I never know what cooperation we have with you. We just want to kill them. Zillion said coldly. If you are to blame, blame the guys who worked with you. I never told them that I existed. You know, the current Zillion has gained a lot of Guan Yanchao's strength, and her strength is unfathomable. Even Chen Shang and Guan Yanchao don't know how strong she is. Didn't Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor tell you about their cooperation? The old man said in a deep voice, it's impossible for someone like you to be a strong person without knowing. Who are you? Are you the Emperor of Life? No, Yu Zillion said. I am the one who will kill you. In addition, Shao Emperor and Mad Emperor, two beasts, are not worthy to lead me. Yu Zillion is getting stronger as she fights. She has gained Guan Yanchao's power before, but she has never adapted to it. Now, as she fights with the powerhouses of the Fate Soul 6 clan, she seems to have gradually learned to master the power of the Fate Soul 6 clan. The Stronger. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4432, 6 Soul Palace. The elders of the 6th Fate and Soul races seem to be able to do well at the beginning, but now their expressions are gradually serious because Zillion is getting stronger and stronger. Chen Shang could also see now that Zillion would need to fight multiple times to fully integrate Guan Yanchao's power. Who on earth are you? The senior level of the Tianmao people has a deep cooperative relationship with our 6 Fate and Soul races. We have been communicating secretly for many years. The old man of the 6th clan of Life and Soul already felt a little strenuous, and if he continued to fight, he didn't know if he could beat Zillion, so he could only find a way to talk to Zillion. Zillion didn't pay attention to him at all. She has not forgotten all the evil deeds of the 6th clan of Life Soul. She knew very well that the enemy of the nightmare race was not a nightmare orc at all. Even if they destroy the heavenly nightmare orcs, they will ultimately face the 6 Fate Soul races. Yan Zillion was very focused at the moment, attacking frantically. The sword body of the Zillion divine sword is broad and looks very soft, but its power is extremely powerful. Every sword is deadly and contains very violent power. When it stabs the old man, the space is shaken. Chen Shang watched from a distance. Although Zillion had the upper hand, he still remained vigilant, ready to use 6 magic mirrors to support him at any time. I am the elder of the 6 Soul Palace. Our 6 Soul Palace is formed by the 6 Life Soul races, which surpasses the 6 Life Soul races. With your strength, you can completely join our 6 Soul Palace, and we can dominate hundreds of millions of universes. The old man said again. The expression in her eyes did not change at all, she still focused on the onslaught, each sword condensed a strong force. The elders of the 6 Soul Palace had released several defensive artifacts, but they were all destroyed by the sword. Yu Zillion said before that the purple long sword in her hand was cultivated by herself, and she didn't even know how to cultivate it. Chen Shang believed that it should be the natural ability of Emperor Nine Colors Lotus, which could cultivate a super magic weapon. Now it seems that the purple lotus magic sword in her hand is as strong as the Qinglong 2 magic knife. Guan Yanchao, have you heard of the 6 Soul Palace? Chen Shang asked. 6 Soul Palace? There used to be a 9 Soul Palace. But this happened many years ago. At that time, in order to fight against the Jukai Lotus Emperor, 9 Life Soul 6 races were formed. Guan Yanchao said. 9 Color Lotus. After the Emperor was defeated, the 9 Soul Palace was disbanded. This 6 Soul Palace should have been reorganized later. At this moment, Chen Shang also marveled at the miracle of fate. Not long after the 6 Soul Palace was established, he met the former Jukai Lotus Emperor again. The 6 Soul Palace is no longer the 9 Soul Palace of the year, and the 9-colored Lotus Emperor is not the same as the 9-colored Lotus Emperor. The more the Zillion fought, the more bravery she fought, and the domineering power was very scary, as if she was now the 9-color Lotus Emperor who was watching the world. Please be merciful, we must have some misunderstanding. The elder of the 6 Soul Palace was already panicking at this moment. Yan Zillion's fighting with such concentration is equivalent to cultivation, and he has entered a state of selflessness. Help me! The elder of the 6 Soul Palace suddenly roared, and then released a large bead exploded in the air. This is his distress signal. At this time, he relaxed a bit, and his head was pierced with a sword by Yan Zillion. As the purple lotus sword pierced the old man's head, the purple light flashed, directly shattering the entire head, and then the long sword smashed down again. When the body of the elder of the 6 Soul Palace was cut in half, the body was also injected with purple light, and then the body was burned into ashes by the flame that the purple light turned into. Chen Shang immediately controlled the 6 divine mirrors to fly out and take away the soul, because he found that the soul of the elder was almost burned by the flames of Zillion. At this moment, Zillion, it seems that for some reason, she has learned a lot during the battle. Master Shen, be careful. Yan Zillion immediately returned to Chen Shang, staring in one direction. That guy sent a distress signal just now. Chen Shang said, there should be a stronger guy in the altar. Sure enough, a man soon flew out of the 9 altars. He looked like a middle-aged man, but he was extremely powerful, much stronger than the previous elder. That old guy was killed like this. It's really useless. Just when he became an elder, he floated away. I knew he was a useless person, so I named him an elder in this kind of bird's place. With a lazy and arrogant expression, the middle-aged man looked at Lang Zillion and Shen Shang. What made Chen Zhang's heart frizzy was that this middle-aged man seemed to be uninterested in such a big beauty as Zillion. On the contrary, when he saw this handsome boy, his eyes were full of scorching hunger. Who are you? After the middle-aged man said, he lazily called out a golden long knife, yawned, and said, well, it doesn't matter who you are. Because you are in me. There are dying people in the eyes. What position do you hold in the 6th Soul Palace? Chen Shang asked again. I am the elder of the 6th Soul Palace. Although the guy you killed just now is also the same, he is only the outer elder. I, the inner elder, is much better than him. The middle-aged man laughed and said, little devil, you have a pretty voice. It sounds good, don't worry, I won't hurt you, I want to enjoy you. Chen Shang was all hairy when he heard it, and only hoped that Zillion would get rid of him soon. Don't want to touch him. Yu Zillion also knew the middle-aged man in front of her, she only liked men. Now the target is Chen Shang, and Yu Zillion is even more angry. Boy, who is this **** of you? Is your woman? Your vision is too bad, how can you find such an ugly woman? The middle-aged man laughed and said, I suddenly don't want to kill you. I'll wait a moment. In front of her, teach her how to enjoy your little sheep. I'm going to you. You old beast, wait a minute to make you look good. Chen Shang was also angry and shouted to Zillion, Sister Zillion, hurry up and get rid of this guy, he is disgusting to me. He is disgusting to me too. Yu Zillion didn't know why, she felt that she was even more angry than Chen Shang, especially when she heard that middle-aged man use words so frivolously. Ha ha ha, come on, I like to tear down your mandarin ducks. The middle-aged man's face was full of morbid laughter and excitement. Yu Zillion killed him immediately, while Chen Shang secretly communicated with Sister Xiaojing, and later he wanted to plot against the middle-aged man to let him know how good he was. Lamb, you are such a little white face. Hiding behind a woman, I like it, ha ha ha, I will definitely protect you in the future. The middle-aged man licked his lips as he spoke. Chen Shang was very angry inside, but on the surface he was very calm. Because this middle-aged man is indeed very strong, even Zillion, who has improved a lot, is playing very hard at the moment. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4433, Magical Fan. Chen Shang was a little anxious. If he continued to fight like this, Zillion might win, but he would definitely suffer a lot of injuries. He could not see that Zillion was beaten all over by this disgusting man. Guan Yanchao, how did the old man's soul read just now? Chen Shang asked, are there any relevant memories? No, this group of guys protects their souls very well, or in other words, there is a strong soul contract that restricts him, so I can't read his memory. Guan Yanchao said, if I read it forcibly, the soul will definitely be destroyed, or it will clear the memory by itself. That middle-aged man had been joking and fighting with Zillion, and at the same time flirted with Chen Shang with words. Chen Shang had lived for so long, but it was the first time a man had molested him like this, saying all kinds of unbearable filthy language, which made him furious. The most annoying thing is that this middle-aged man is indeed very strong, and Zillion played very hard. Yuan Zillion was also squeezing a wave of anger, but her attack at this moment, no matter how strong, would be dissipated by the opponent with a very strange force. You ugly woman, you have some strength. I didn't expect that there would be someone with your strength in this kind of bird place. It shouldn't be. The Emperor Shao and the Mad Emperor of the Heavenly Nightmare are also very strong, but better than you, not much stronger. The middle-aged man murmured to himself with some doubts, and then laughed, no matter what, you are going to die. Afterwards, he looked at Chen Shang again and said with a smile, this bird's place is so amazing that there is a lamb that is a water spirit. You will die miserably, Chen Shang shouted through gritted teeth. Suddenly, Zillion found that her own strength was still too far away from the real top-level powerhouse of the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Guan Yanchao and Linglong's mother-in-law have also been paying attention to the situation outside, and the strength of the middle-aged man has also shocked them. Especially Guan Yanchao, because he has been suppressed for millions of years. Although people keep giving him information from outside, there must be a lot of information he doesn't know. Therefore, his understanding of the current 6 fate and soul races is also very limited. Especially this mysterious 6 soul palace, he had never heard of it before. Chen Shang now knows that no matter how angry he is, he has to find a way to help Zillion. He opened his mind and eyes, and then used the cooperation of the 6 magic mirrors to check the other party's 6 spiritual practices. Sister Xiaojing, you are the soul of 6 Tao fate. If you can't see the level of 6 Tao cultivation of others, you are too shameless. Chen Shang said, think of a way, first look at Sister Zillion and the bugs. Cultivation. Okay, I'll give it a try. Sister Xiaojing could also feel Chen Zhang's anger, and then immediately began to try. This time, she mobilized a lot of strength, and she finally saw it. That guy is very strong. The life and soul paths of the 6 paths of cultivation are all of the 38th level. Little Jing said. Sister Zillion has the 6th level of the demon path, the soul path and the 32nd level of the Fu Dao. Some more. Is it so strong? Chen Shang was also a little surprised. Both life and soul are of rank 38, which is indeed very strong, and Emperor Xiao seems to be only rank 30. Brother, you can use the Baihu Jingyu fan, said my sister Xiaojing. The Baihu Jingyu fan consumes the power of the soul, but it can also affect the soul of others. Your fate is 10th, and soul 18. If using these 2 powers in one breath to spur the Baihu Jingyu fan, then you can lower the opponent's rank. In other words, can I reduce the strength of the other party's soul to the 18th level and the 10th level of the life path? Chen Shang asked in surprise. I'm not sure. You can at least reduce his soul Dao's 9th layer strength and fate Dao's 5 layer strength like this. Little Jing said, this is just my estimate. Sister Xiaojing is the soul of the 6 souls. Her estimation is also based on the 6 principles of practice. In addition, she also knows the Baihu Jingyu fan well, so she can come to this conclusion. Chen Shang never knew that the Baihu Jingyu fan could still be used in this way, and he took it out immediately, and secretly contacted Zillion, saying, Sister Zillion, I will make a secret shot later, you will give him a fatal blow at the right time. Zillion didn't know how Chen Shang would help her, but she still responded, okay, you must be careful. Because Chen Shang practiced 6 realms, even if he used up the power of 2 realms in one breath, he still had the power of the other 3 realms to support it. He took out the Baihu Jingyu fan. I have to say that Zillion and the middle-aged man are worthy of being a person with extremely high levels of cultivation in the 6 paths, and they can perceive that the white fan in Chen Zhang's hands is not simple. Chen Shang took it out, and the 6 divine mirrors under his feet released light, guiding him to use the Baihu Jingyu fan. Chen Shang vigorously waved at the front, using the Baihu Jingyu fan to sweep out a gust of wind. This gust of wind is transparent, but it contains the power of Chen Zhang's life and soul. You know, the power of Chen Zhang's life path and soul path is different from others, and stronger than others. Although the Baihu Jingyu fan's power range is very large, after locking the target, as long as it touches the target, it can all focus on the past. Chen Shang was a target that was carefully focused on, so the middle-aged man couldn't hide at all, and he wouldn't hurt Zillion at the same time. After the middle-aged man was hit, his body did not feel any pain, but he felt his strength plummet. Most of his power was consumed in an instant just now. The 6 magic mirrors went to look at the middle-aged man's cultivation base again, showing that his life and soul cultivation were still 38, but the power levels of both of them were only 20, which was lower than that of Xiaojing's sister. Expected more. Zillion's power levels are still around 28. Coupled with her demon power, there is no problem to defeat that middle-aged man. Damn kid, what sorcery did you just use? The middle-aged man couldn't calm down at this moment. He was also considered to be at the forefront of the 6 paths of practice. He was very clear about the ranks of the 6 paths of practice. He could feel that his power levels had been offset just now. Yan Zillion didn't know what was going on either, only knew that the opponent had become a lot weaker, so she immediately started a crazy attack. Brother, do you think you can try to use the power of Alchemy Dao? Sister Xiaojing said suddenly. Your Alchemy Dao is an 18th level, and Fu Dao is also an 18th level. The power of these 2 Daos is useless. Yes, Chen Shang asked hurriedly, Sister Xiaojing, how do I use this? I feel that I can cooperate with the Aoshi Shenlu. Little Jing Xiaojing smiled. Aoshi Shenlu is a small life soul, and there are 2 old foxes in it. Chen Shang seldom used Aoshi furnace to fight, but now that Sister Xiao Jing said so, he also wanted to try it. Damn old bug, I actually said I'm a lamb with a little white face. Chen Shang secretly said in his heart, today I will let you know that I, Chen Shang, is not something you can eat if you want. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4434, Mirror Furnace Trap. Yu Zillion didn't know what Chen Shang had done either. Just now she saw Chen Shang wave a fan and there was a gust of wind, but the gust of wind did not affect her in any way. This middle-aged man, the calmness on his face gradually disappeared, and his strength suddenly plummeted so much that it became very difficult to face Zillion. That guy is still quite strong, you can't be careless. Chen Shang was a little worried about Zillion, and secretly reminded. I see, you protect yourself. Yu Zillion replied, she is now much more relaxed. The middle-aged man glanced at Chen Shang, and then suddenly disappeared. At this moment, Chen Shang sensed that the danger was approaching. He's here. Chen Shang knew that the middle-aged man chose to attack him suddenly, intending to use him to blackmail Zillion. Chen Zhang's reaction was quick. The 6 divine mirrors under his feet swiftly swirled, and suddenly many illusions appeared around him, just like Chen Shang, and they all exuded strong soul fluctuations. The middle-aged man who just rushed over was also stunned, because he couldn't tell which is the real Chen Shang for a while. Yu Zillion was also flustered just now. She thought Chen Shang was going to be taken down, but fortunately, Chen Shang ran fast. She chased it immediately, and Chen Shang suddenly disappeared. This guy wants to attack me unexpectedly. He really doesn't know how to live or die. Chen Shang suddenly made a plan. Then I discussed with my little sister Linglong's mother-in-law, and made a plan. Chen Shang took out the Aoshi furnace, and then invisible it, suspended upside down in the air, and the 6 divine mirrors were also invisibly suspended under the Aoshi furnace. Chen Shang is standing on the 6-way magic mirror. The middle-aged man in the 6th Soul Palace was searching for the trace of Chen Shang while fighting with Yan Zillion. He was also suffocated to the extreme now, because he had the chance to win in the face of Yan Zillion. But I don't know what tricks Chen Shang used to make him suddenly lose so much strength. Fortunately, he has a strong enough foundation. Even if Chen Zhang's strength is reduced, he will not be defeated by Yan Zillion in a short period of time. He also decided now that no matter what, he must take down Chen Shang today, otherwise he would be too aggrieved. Now he seems to be pressed and beaten by Zillion, but he is delaying time, entering a defensive state, and looking for Chen Shang at the same time. He must retain enough strength, and after he finds Chen Shang, he will attack with all his strength. Even if you can't catch Chen Shang will be severely injured or killed. Yuan Zillion also saw his intentions, so she attacked more fiercely. She didn't want to give the other party another chance to attack Chen Shang. Sister Zillion, I set a trap, wait a moment for you to let him come over. Chen Shang said, you take the opportunity to attack. Okay, Yuan Zillion knew that Chen Shang was very capable, and agreed. At this moment, Chen Shang suddenly appeared. Little guy, you are mine. The middle-aged man, after seeing Chen Shang showing up, gave a grin and flashed past. He appeared directly on the 6th God mirror and grabbed Chen Zhang's shoulder. He did grab the person, and he was sure that it was not the previous illusion. Seeing this, Zillion felt anxious, thinking that Chen Shang had been caught, but fortunately, Chen Shang secretly spoke to her immediately. What the middle-aged man caught was just a puppet, and he was also attracted by the 6 divine mirrors at this moment. The power of the 6 magic mirrors is limited, and they can only hold the enemy for a few short breaths. However, at this moment, the Aoshi Lu became very big and suddenly fell down, covering the upper body of the middle-aged man. Ha 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 ha. The Linglong mother-in-law and the Aoshi Lu laughed loudly at this moment, and then went crazy to attack the soul of the middle-aged man. Zillion also attacked at the moment, stabs his sword frantically at the middle-aged man's body, and every sword pierced injected a very violent purple energy. She stabbed dozens of swords to her thigh in an instant, and then her thigh would be torn apart by the purple energy. The middle-aged man was very angry at the moment, because he had been counted, and he was still shamed by a weak-looking young boy. Zillion had thousands of swords in succession before she completely shredded the body of the middle-aged man. Chen Shang also secretly marveled at the powerful body of this middle-aged man, as if he had condensed a peculiar energy to cultivate. The 6 magic mirrors also sucked in all the energy that the body was shredded into, and swallowed them by the 8 dragons. Ao Shishan has sucked in the soul of the middle-aged man, and his soul is not as strong as that of Linglong's mother-in-law. Finally it's done. Chen Shang took a deep breath and said, I don't know how many of these guys are in the Fate Soul 6 clan, and it's already so hard to deal with one of them. If they have many powerhouses of this level, it would be terrible. Up. In God's domain, there should be many such powerhouses in the 6 life soul races. Yan Zillion was also quite moved at the moment. Her strength has become much stronger, but she still can't beat the powerhouses of the 6th clan of life and soul. If it weren't for Chen Zhang's help, she couldn't beat the middle-aged man. She also secretly marveled at Chen Zhang's power, and with his assistance, she could easily destroy this kind of powerhouse. She understood a little bit why the 6th clan of life and soul had to seal Chen Shang, and now Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor have to attack Chen Shang. If Chen Zhang's later cultivation base is upgraded, he will definitely be very strong. Granny Linglong and Guan Yanchao joined forces, and they couldn't find anything from the soul of the middle-aged man. Like the old man before, he was restricted by the soul contract. Since you can't get the memory from their souls, then just refine them directly. Chen Shang said to Ao Shishan, disgusting old bug, refine your soul into a pill and eat it, it should make me improve a lot. It's not that I refused to tell you. It's because I'm restricted by the contract. Before I say it, my soul was torn apart by the contract. The middle-aged man wailed and cried, Big brother, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have that thought of you. He now knows that he has provoked a terrible person, and he still doesn't know the identity of Chen Shang. It's useless to keep you, and it's only useful to make you a pill. Chen Shang said. Brother, who on earth are you? Why do you have a small life soul transformed into a divine weapon, and there seems to be a very powerful life soul in it? The middle-aged man asked. I'm Chen Shang. Chen Shang said with a smile, you should have heard of me. You are Chen Shang, have you grown up to this point? Damn, that group of are really damn, I said at the beginning that you should be killed completely sooner. This middle-aged man, of course, has heard of it. Chen Shang. Goodbye, become Dan. Chen Shang smiled. Master Shen, spare your life, the middle-aged man wailed, then screamed in pain. Granny Linglong has sent the soul of the middle-aged man into the sacred furnace, burned the area dedicated to alchemy, and began to make alchemy. The soul of the old man in the 6th soul palace was also sent into the alchemy at this moment. Sister Zillion, have you rested well? Chen Shang asked. We are going to enter that altar. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4435, Within the Great Ding. Chen Shang and Yan Zillion didn't know how many powerhouses there were in the 9 altars, but they both believed that even if the opponent was strong, as long as they could not fight together, they would not be killed. I'll take a rest again. The consumption of Yan Zillion just now was not small, she was sitting on the 6-way magic mirror and resting. Chen Shang asked Sister Xiaojing to help, so that Zillion could recover quickly. Sitting on the 6 Tao divine mirror, Zillion suddenly realized that she had some insights into the 6 Tao cultivation principle. She couldn't understand it now, only that the feeling was very strange. She had long known that Chen Zhang's flying artifact was not simple, but she didn't expect to have this kind of magical ability. Although Zillion knew that Chen Zhang's cultivation base was not as high as hers, she was sitting on the 6-way magic mirror at the moment, and Chen Shang was beside her, which made her feel safe. She gently closed her eyes to restore the strength she had just consumed. Chen Shang was sitting opposite her, looking at the beautiful and gentle face, making him want to reach out and touch her face, even sticking to her cheek. Although Zillion closed her eyes, she knew that Chen Shang was looking at her, and she didn't say anything about it. Half an hour later, Zillion suddenly opened her eyes, looked in one direction, and snorted, that asterisk is here. The asterisk in her mouth is the Sword King of Nightmare. Sure enough, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King came. He was suspended next to the 6 gods mirror, and he appeared suddenly. Shaolian, you have caused a big disaster. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said with a serious face. It is rare to see him with such a serious expression. What disaster did I have? Zillion said coldly. Also, haven't you already gotten off? Why are you back again? You killed the 2 elders of the 6 soul palace. Although I don't know how you killed it, someone saw it in the altar. They have now issued a wanted. The Emperor Shao and the Mad Emperor knew about it immediately and conveyed it. Give it to us, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Then, he took out a crystal board, and her face appeared on it, which seemed to have been recorded by the elder of the Six Soul Palace. At that time, Zillion was fighting with him. The guy from the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King also knows that his daughter looks the same as you. He should be able to think that his daughter is your clone. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said, "This is a big trouble. To draw a clear line with you, especially Shao Emperor and Mad Emperor, they will arrest you." "It doesn't matter," Yu Zillion said lightly. "How much do you know about this altar? Don't you want to break in?" The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King exclaimed. "Shaolian, don't do stupid things. This altar is very weird and terrifying, you should leave quickly." "Did Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor know that Sister Zillion is here?" Chen Shang asked. "Of course they don't know, but they are also looking for Shaolian," said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. "Son of evil chaos, Shaolian and you are now the #1 target of the 6th clan of Life Soul. Go back, don't let Emperor Shao and Crazy Emperor know that I am here." Yu Zillion said. "Bitch, if you say it, then your death date will come." "Of course I won't say it," said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. "But, you should leave here quickly, the ghost knows what moves this altar will do next." After speaking, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is gone. Chen Shang didn't expect that what happened to them here would be known by the 6th clan of Life Soul. People from the 6th clan of Life and Soul will not be here in a short time. Zillion said, "So we must act quickly and find a way to take down this altar. The altar is placed here, it should be absorbing the power of the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother." Chen Shang said, "We must find a way to control the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother and block the absorption of energy, and then this altar loses energy support. We can control it. That barrier is too strong, I can't break it." Yu Zillion sighed. "If we can't break through the barrier and we can't get in, we won't be able to find the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother. Leave this to me." Chen Shang smiled. "Master Shen, can you really do it?" Yu Zillion knew that Chen Shang was very capable, but she had tested the barrier before and she knew how strong it was. "Of course, no problem," Chen Shang was very confident. "Then let's act now, I'm almost recovered," said Yan Zillion. Chen Shang immediately flew over with Zillion and came to the barrier, and then he used the mirror surface of the 6 divine mirrors to illuminate the barrier. It didn't take long before a small hole appeared in the barrier, and then Chen Shang and Zillion went in easily. Before Chen Shang asked Zillion to attack the barrier, he just wanted to draw some people out, then grab those people and search their memories to understand the situation of the altar. But this trick did not have much effect. It attracted many people, but their souls were restricted by contracts and curses. Once they tried to search their memories forcibly, their souls would be destroyed. Therefore, their souls have been refined by Chen Shang. "You're such a great mirror." Zillion couldn't help but exclaimed, the son of evil chaos was really strong. Chen Shang just smiled. "It's different after you come in, this place is full of strong heavenly source crystal energy." Yu Zillion just felt it. Chen Shang couldn't feel it, because he hadn't learned how to absorb the heavenly source crystal yet, and only people from the gods could absorb the energy of the heavenly source crystal. The huge 9-legged Fangding tripod was right in front of him. If you wanted to get in, you could only get in through a hole in the top of the tripod. The air hole was small for Ding Gai, but after it got closer, it was huge. Chen Shang and Zhang Zillion rode in the 6 magic mirrors, and slowly flew in after being invisible. After entering through that vent, I saw a huge pale golden crystal inside. This crystal was suspended in the middle of this giant cauldron altar, and the light golden glow emitted, like a bubble of several layers, enveloping the crystal. Seeing this crystal, Chen Shang and Yan Zillion immediately affirmed that this is the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother. On the inner wall of the giant cauldron, there are many people sticking to the inner wall. With their eyes closed, they seem to be absorbing the energy of the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother. "Sister Zillion, there are a lot of people here," Chen Shang whispered secretly. "They are all from the 6th Soul Palace. It seems that they are going to cultivate a group of very powerful people in Sanctuary, and use them to dominate the Sanctuary. There are about 30,000 people, I will kill them all." Zillion said, "Master Shen, you just pay attention to take away their souls." After speaking, Zillion flew out of the 6 magic mirrors, and then flew to the person closest to her. Zillion quickly passed by a group of people, and at the same time swung her sword across. When she was struck by her purple lotus sword, her body would be injected with that kind of strange purple energy, and then her body would burst into purple flames. Chen Shang quickly controlled the six gods' mirror and the Ao Shi Shen furnace, followed behind Yu Zillion to collect those energy. The energy after the body is burned is a tonic for the ape and demon dragon, and the soul can be used to refine alchemy. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4436, Soul Mother Panic. Chen Shang is much more relaxed now, and Zillion can handle the group of people alone, without him having to act. Brother, the souls of these guys of the Minghan 6 clan have cultivated a small space. Their storage magic weapons are all in the inner space of the soul. Sister Xiaojing sighed. So after catching them, they won't be able to get them at all. Storage magic weapon. It's okay, you can kill these guys. Chen Shang smiled and said, they themselves are of great value. At this moment, Chen Shang was also observing that heavenly origin crystal soul mother. How did the 6th clan of life soul find this kind of thing? And also made an altar here. Brother, I guess there is the heavenly origin crystal soul mother before there is the Saint Profound Star. Little Jing said, this Saint Profound Star was born based on the heaven origin crystal soul mother. The 6th soul family should be born very early. Just discovered the situation of Saint Profound Star. They should not be able to take away the heavenly origin crystal soul mother, or else it would be impossible to stay here for that long. Chen Shang said, this heavenly origin crystal soul mother is really powerful, and the 6th clan of life soul can't help it. Brother, the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is indeed very strong, and we may not be able to win it either. Little Mirror said, although the 6 divine mirrors are also very powerful, they cannot take away this heavenly origin crystal soul mother. Forming. Chen Shang was very lost. The heavenly origin crystal soul mother was a very mysterious energy source. If he could get it, he wouldn't have to work hard to collect DZI beads. Zillion quickly harvested those people in the 6th soul palace, and she now seems to enjoy the thrill of such a big killing. Master Shen, what are we going to do now? This thing is too strong, I can't do anything with it. When Yan Zillion was fighting just now, she also paid attention to the heavenly origin crystal soul mother, she couldn't shake it anymore. Tianyuan crystal soul mother seems to be sleeping. Chen Shang and Sister Xiaojing both went to investigate very carefully just now. The 6 sacred mirrors and the proud world sacred furnace have absorbed the energy of the 6 soul palace people who were killed around them. In this empty area, there is only the pale golden glow from the heavenly origin crystal soul mother, which looks a bit dim, so Chen Shang thinks that the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is sleeping. How did this kind of thing come into being? It looks very incredible, said Yu Zillion. I don't know if we can control it. At this moment, Sister Xiaojing suddenly sent a message to Chen Shang and shouted, brother, something is wrong. It is not sleeping. In what state is that? Chen Shang felt that Sister Xiaojing's mood swings were very strong, and it seemed that there was some major discovery. Fate Soul 6 races are too powerful, they actually sealed the heavenly origin crystal soul mother. This 9 altar is a big seal, which can extract the energy of the heavenly origin crystal soul mother. Little Jing said, in this way, they will do it. It can absorb energy through the 9 altars, and then continue to strengthen the seal, and at the same time, it can be spelled. Tianyuan crystal soul mother has been sealed. Chen Shang was a little unbelievable, because such a big thing, and it also contained terrifying energy, could be sealed by this 9 altar. No, the seal of the 9 altars has begun to loosen. It may be because the 2 guys guarding here are gone. Little Mirror said, I feel the energy of the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is expanding. The elders and middle-aged of the 6 soul palace were killed before, and the tens of thousands of 6 soul palace disciples who were crazy to absorb energy were also harvested by Zillion. This caused energy to overflow, and the balance within the seal was lost. Sister Zillion, let's go. Chen Shang immediately grabbed Zillion and jumped onto the 6 magical mirrors that were flying over. The 6 divine mirrors rushed towards the air hole of the tripod cover, and the heavenly origin crystal soul mother below was also shaking. No, Sister Xiaojing shouted to Chen Shang again in shock. The heavenly origin crystal soul mother seems to be going to explode. Is it going to be self-destructive to completely get rid of this seal? By the way, destroy the 9 altars. Chen Shang immediately thought of many terrifying scenes, such as the entire Saint Profound Star bursting into pieces because of this. Seeing that Shen Zhang's expression was so solemn, and knowing that something bad was about to happen, Zillion asked in a low voice, Master Shen, what happened? Tianyuan crystal soul mother is going to explode. Chen Shang said, it may destroy this altar, this is my feeling. As soon as Chen Shang flew out, the space around him fluctuated a bit. Someone sent it over. There are many people who have been sent over, hundreds of them, and the leading old man has a very strong aura, just as strong as the middle-aged man who was killed before. They are all suspended on the top of the 9 altars, seeming to have just teleported over from the gods' realm. Chen Shang immediately controlled the 6 magic mirrors to become invisible. At this time, he and Zillion also heard an old man exclaiming, "No, the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is about to explode, let's withdraw quickly, quickly. Quickly, we are leaving the saint realm in the heart of the earth, and if the heavenly origin crystal soul mother explodes, none of us can escape." An old man shouted in fear. Their response was also very quick. Many people joined forces, hurriedly arranged a large formation, and then teleported away. In such a short period of time, the teleportation array they arranged should only be teleported to the surface of Saint Profound Star, and could not leave the sanctuary. "Master Shen, what shall we do?" When Yan Zillion saw the group of such powerful 6 Soul Palace experts, they fled in such a panic, they knew how powerful the self-destruction was. "Don't worry, we'll be fine." Chen Shang was very calm at the moment. He took Zillion's hand and led her into a space inside the 6 gods' mirror. Chen Shang could not enter the 6 Dao mirror in the past, but as Xiao Jing's sister became the 6 Dao Fate Soul, the 6 Dao mirror has grown a lot in all aspects, and Chen Shang can also enter the 6 Dao mirror. The space inside the 6 gods' mirror is very large. Little mirror has divided many spaces. The space where Chen Shang is now is not very large. There is only a courtyard here. "Where are we?" Yan Zillion looked around, and it was all white. "In my mirror," Chen Shang said, "I don't know what's going on outside. Anyway, hiding here can make it through." If it was the previous 6-dimensional mirror, Chen Shang would not have that much confidence, but now the 6-dimensional mirror has become very strong after fusing the 6 souls of life. "It started," Little Mirror said to Chen Shang, "the heavenly origin crystal soul mother has begun to explode." "So that's it, the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is not self-destructing, but entering a new stage. It has been going to break through, only but it was sealed, making it impossible to proceed." What the ***** is the Tianyuan crystal soul mother? This is too strong. Chen Shang could feel the vibration in the 6 mirrors. The energy of the Tianyuan crystal soul mother was full of destruction, and it could even flow into the 6 divine mirrors, and the Zillion beside her also sensed it, and her face showed fear. This Aoshi universe is really amazing. It has only been born over 100,000 years, and it has nurtured such a terrible thing. Yan Zillion exclaimed. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4437, Space Yuanju. Even a strong man like Zillion who has lived for many years has never heard of the heavenly origin crystal soul mother before, because it has never appeared in the heavenly nightmare universe. "When can we go out?" Chen Shang asked Sister Xiao Jing, and now she is the only one who knows the situation outside. "Brother, the situation outside is terrible. That thing is too strong, and the temperature erupting in the center is so high that you can't come out yet," Sister Xiao Jing said. "By the way, what about that altar? How is the situation now? Can it suppress the heavenly origin crystal soul mother?" Chen Shang really wanted to know what the huge altar that could restrain him had become now. "No, no more," Little Mirror's sister smiled. "Brother, you don't have to worry about those guys cursing you anymore, ha ha ha. It's just because you rushed in and killed those guys, causing them to neglect, no control the entire 9 enchantments in time, and then suddenly burst open." After the 2 strong guards here died, Chen Shang and Yan Zillion rushed in to destroy the people in the 6 Soul Palace, the 9 enchantments loosened a little, and then they were completely broken. "That's fine, the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is so powerful, and now he has broken through the realm, and I don't know what this guy will do next." Chen Shang was suddenly worried. If he couldn't control it, the consequences would be disastrous. "I'm far away from the heavenly origin crystal soul mother. Now that location is like the sun, the light is very strong, and the temperature is very high." Little Mirror's sister said. "The ice and snow in this geocentric space have all melted, and I don't know when it ends. What kind of changes will there be? Even if the 6 god mirrors are far away from the heavenly origin crystal soul mother, they can still feel the terrifying heat. Without a strong enough body, they can't resist it at all." "Sister Jing, go and have a look," Chen Shang said. "I don't know what happened to that passage. The 6 magic mirrors can withstand very high temperatures, so they are fine." At this moment, they are also flying at a very fast speed to the passage where they descended. Sister Xiaojing had recorded the position before, so she could remember the way back, but when she reached that position, she was surprised to find that the passageway was missing. It's gone, Sister Xiaojing exclaimed in surprise. Brother, the passage away from the center of the earth is gone. I have never remembered the wrong location. It should be here. It should be blocked. Chen Shang sighed. Well, it seems that I can only find another way out. Brother, the moment that altar exploded, a lot of materials broke out. I collected a lot of materials to refine and strengthen the 6 magic mirrors in the future. The little mirror smiled and said, I will go shopping here first, maybe what good things can you find? The center of the earth is full of extremely high thermal energy at this moment, and it has not melted in this environment, which means that it is a very heat-resistant material, and little mirror needs to collect these materials to improve herself. Chen Shang can only wait patiently in the 6 mirrors with Zillion. On Chalong Island, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was standing next to a huge hot mountain with a look of fear. Chalong Island is very flat, there was no such huge mountain before. This happened suddenly. The moment the Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother exploded, it melted many things instantly, and then refined those melted things, and then rushed out of the Tianqing Channel, spewed to the ground, and finally formed this super huge mountain tens of thousands of feet high. Fortunately, I ran fast. What happened over there? According to this power, the 9 altars should have been finished. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said with a look of horror. I don't know what Xiaolian and that kid are doing now. Isn't it right? Xiaolian did this. When did Xiaolian become so strong? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King shook his head, then released the shuttle, and immediately flew away from here. He was frightened, because the super altar, which seemed to him invincible, was blown up in such an instant. Moreover, that mysterious geocentric world is now completely closed, and there is no idea what is going on inside. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King wanted to know the situation of Zillion in it, because judging from his power of the explosion just now, even their powerful souls would be instantly destroyed. Before the explosion, a large number of people from the 6 life and soul races also appeared. After they sensed that they were about to explode, they flee very anxiously. It can be seen that they all knew how powerful the Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother was after the explosion. They don't understand what's going on now, they only know that the woman Zillion entered the Earth's inner world and attacked the people of the 9 altars. They issued a wanted order to offer a reward to Yan Zilian, and the entire upper ranks of the Heavenly Nightmare people already knew that Yan Zilian was their former Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, and killed a very important figure in the 6th clan of Life Soul. After escaping from the center of the Earth, the 6th clan of Life and Soul quickly learned from the high-level Heavenly Nightmare that the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King Lang Zillion and Shen Shang were very close. Even now, the 6 Fate of Souls still haven't explained Chen Zhang's identity to the outside world, and still spread rumors that Chen Shang is the son of evil chaos. At this moment, the King of the Heavenly Nightmare, as well as the 6 Fate Soul clansmen who just rushed over from the sanctuary, are all rushing to the Zillion altar. They are going to find the Zillion. The Purple Lotus altar is being taken care of by Shinru. She didn't know that she would be surrounded by many ways. In the heart of the earth, Chen Shang and Yan Zillion still don't know the crisis that Shinru is about to face. Chen Shang, I felt that the guys from the 6 Fate Souls came from God's domain before. Guan Yanchao said, if I guessed correctly, one of the guys has the exquisite 12 Fate Souls in his hand. One of Yuanju. Really, why didn't I feel it? Granny Linglong asked in surprise. Because the time is too short, and it exploded so strongly just now. Guan Yanchao said, I can feel it through the life and soul divine consciousness of our 6 Fate and soul races. Who is that guy? What kind of life soul Yuanju would it be? Linglong mother-in-law asked hurriedly. It should be the space Yuanju. Guan Yanchao said, because they left suddenly at the moment of the explosion, obviously using the power of the space Yuanju. After Chen Shang heard this, he suddenly thought of something, and then hurriedly said to Zilian, Sister Zilian, the big thing is not good. What? Zhang Zilian was also taken aback when she saw Chen Zhang's reaction. The guys from the 6 families of Life Soul came over from God's domain. Didn't they want you before? Knowing that you are the king of Nightmare Pill, then they will definitely go to your Purple Lotus altar. Chen Shang was also anxious now. Shinru was guarding the Purple Lotus altar, and with her strength, she couldn't last for many days. And Chen Shang and Zillion are still trapped in the center of the earth and can't get out. Sister Xiaojing was also very anxious when she learned about the situation. After all, she still likes Shinru very much, and she is also trying various methods to break through the geocentric space. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4438, Go to the center of the earth alone. Not to mention Shinru, even if Zillion went out, she might not be able to withstand the group of enemies. The people who besiege the Zillion altar, there must be Emperor Shao and the Mad Emperor. Coupled with the group of **** from the Fate Soul 6 races, even me, it is difficult to cope with it. Zillion gritted his teeth and said, I hope you don't hold on, can decisively give up the Purple Lotus altar. Will Shinru stand up? Chen Shang asked. Meeting. Yu Zillion was very sad and closed her eyes because she knew Shinru very well, after all, it was her clone. Sister Zillion, there is only one way at the moment, which is to send you out, and I will stay here. Chen Shang sighed, after you go out, take Shinru away and hide. You can go to Dakan Gate and find a woman named Guan Ying, she is my person. Afterwards, Chen Shang briefly talked about the Dakun sect and gave her a token of her own. I'll look at the situation then. I don't want to find other people, because it will hurt them. Zillion sighed softly, there must be many people who want to chase me. The most hateful thing is that it is fate. The 6 soul races instructed the high level of the Heavenly Nightmare to arrest me. The royal family of the Heavenly Nightmare clan is their main tendency to the 6 Fate Soul clan. Chen Shang asked, what kind of attitude do the upper and lower people have towards the 6 Fate Soul clan? Whether it is the royal family, the upper family, and the lower family, everyone is very hostile to the 6 Fate of Souls. However, the situation on the Mad Emperor's side is slightly different, and the faction of the Mad Emperor, they have gone to extremes. Secretly guide. Unexpectedly, the 6 life soul races would corrupt our Heavenly Nightmare race without knowing it. It caused a large number of people to become their lackeys, and I have never paid attention to such things for revenge for many years. Yu Zillion felt very upset at the moment, because she was one of the princes of the Heavenly Nightmare clan, and she should have been responsible for leading the Heavenly Nightmare clan. But now, the Crazy Emperor and Shao Emperor both cooperated with the 6 clan of Life and Soul. No way, for the top level, the temptation is too great. It is estimated that the 6 clan of Life and Soul has offered very generous conditions, which makes it difficult for them to refuse. Chen Shang said, in short, I will send you out first. Say it again. Will you stay here without any problems? Yu Zillion was a little worried. After all, the environment in the center of the earth is very bad, and no one knows what will happen in the future. No problem, Chen Shang smiled. There are still many secrets to explore. After you go up, just hide with Sister Shinru, and wait for me to go back. Then how are you going to send me out? Yu Zillion thought that the situation outside was so bad, she didn't know what way Chen Shang would use. The center of the earth is still being ravaged by various tyrannical scorching energies, exposed in the center of the earth with flesh and blood, it will definitely be instantly vaporized. I have my own way. Chen Shang said, by the way, Sister Zillion, there are more than 100 Heavenly Nightmare Zillion pills here. Save some food. Ah, don't you save some for yourself. Zillion also understood at this moment that Chen Shang is very likely to be trapped here for a long time. No, you and Shinru have given me a lot of red and blue different fruits, enough for me to refine a lot of this kind of pill. Chen Shang smiled, took out a bottle, and said, this is Shinru Yuan pill. Yes, I used Fu Yuan Zhen Jing to refine it, because it was the material that Sister Shinru gave me at the beginning, so I named it after her. Yu Zillion heard that Chen Shang used Fu Yuan Zhen Jing to refine the pill, and his heart was again secretly shocked. This is what many alchemists in the Heavenly Nightmare universe have been trying to accomplish for many years, but he didn't expect it to be done by Chen Shang. Will it be difficult to refine? Zillion looked at it, and there were more than 100 grains in it. No, it's easy to practice. Chen Shang said, Sister Shinru gave me a lot of Fu Yuanjing, which is enough for me to practice a lot. I've only been busy recently, so I don't have time to practice. Thank you, young Master Shen. These dans are too important to us. Zillion was really grateful, and then she hugged Chen Shang tightly, and said, you must take care of yourself here, I will wait for you to come out. Feeling the beauty's sincere gratitude and embrace, Chen Zhang's heart is also warm. Okay, start now. After Chen Shang finished speaking, Sister Xiao Jing immediately teleported Zillion and Shen Shang to an area of the 6 gods' mirror. Sister Xiao Jing has already realized the power of a little space law, so she also has a way to use space teleportation. She just couldn't do it yet, how to use very little energy to control space power. This time, it would cost her a lot of energy to send Zillion out alone. Fortunately, it was only Zillion herself. If it were combined with the 6 magic mirrors, the quality would be too great. You know, there are many things inside the 6 Tao sacred mirror, and the quality is even greater if you add things like Aoshi Shenlu. The mass is large, so when the space channel is opened, more energy is needed to maintain the stability of the space channel. Especially from the center of the Earth to the top, the space that needs to be crossed is even more difficult, so it is currently the best plan to transmit the Zillion. Zillion also knew that she was standing on a space teleportation array, ready to be teleported out. And many more. Just as it was about to start, Zhang Zillion suddenly shouted, then stepped out of the teleportation formation, came to Chen Shang and hugged him, and then kissed him deeply. Chen Shang was startled, and Zillion quickly returned to the teleportation formation. After the teleportation burst, Zillion disappeared. Chen Shang took a deep breath of the beautiful fragrance left by the beautiful woman, and then said with emotion, "Sure enough, she is Sister Shinru, she is Sister Shinru." What Chen Shang didn't expect was that Shinru had assimilated Zillion's thoughts. He previously thought that Zillion was the one who led the thought of the clone, and should not be affected by the thought of the clone. Brother, it's not that Sister Shinru assimilated Zillion. It's that she really likes you. Sister Xiaojing smiled and said, in other words, their souls are similar, so they will all like you. Don't talk nonsense, she just thanked me. Chen Shang pouted. Well, the transmission went smoothly. She should be on the Kanglan Sea. Little Jing said, brother, what should we do next? We can't be trapped here for the rest of our lives, right? Of course not, Chen Shang said. We must go out as soon as possible. The 6th clan of life and soul loses in the center of the earth. There will be big moves. The outside situation has changed a lot. If we don't go out early, the ghost knows what will become. Birds. Little master, I have a way. Granny Linglong said. The outside is not stable, but there is a lot of energy. The 6 magic mirrors and the proud furnace can absorb those energy. We might as well absorb the energy patiently, and so on. Let's talk about the stability of the center of the earth. When is this going to wait? Chen Shang didn't want to wait. Master, wait patiently, there is no quicker way, unless you are willing to leave the 6 magic mirrors and the proud ***** furnace here. Granny Linglong sighed. What is the situation with that Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother? We don't know yet. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4439, Starting Point. Chen Shang, we can understand you if you are anxious. But there are some things that can't be anxious. The outside situation will be developed naturally by them. Guan Yanchao said, you have to rest assured that you can grow up so that you have enough strength to fight those guys. In this way, you won't encounter this kind of situation again next time. Sister Xiaojing also agreed that Chen Shang should stay here for a while, because Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother is worthy of in-depth study. Brother, Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother should have made a breakthrough before. Now we are in a new state, we should study it. Little Jing said, I suspect that Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother was the moment when the Aoshi universe was formed. Born at the same time. Girl Jing is right. I speculate that Saint Profound Star is most likely the point where Aoshi universe was formed. Granny Linglong said, although this is not necessarily the center point of Aoshi universe, it is the point of Aoshi universe. Starting point. What does the starting point mean? Guan Yanchao asked. The starting point is a very mysterious existence for every universe. And the most peculiar thing about the starting point is that it must be discovered by the creator of the universe, or a person with the fate of the universe. Linglong mother-in-law suddenly became excited. Linglong, aren't you the fate of the universe? Didn't you know the starting point of your universe? Guan Yanchao asked curiously. Guan Yanchao was also a senior member of the 6 life soul races, and he also had a good understanding of the universe, but he only knew a little about it. I am the great soul of the universe. But the starting point belongs to the people of the universe's fate. The birth of each universe is mostly created unintentionally. Some people even don't know that they have created a universe, and then that person is dead again, and the starting point of the universe has become a mystery. Granny Linglong said. Mother-in-law, do you mean that the starting point of the universe has never been explored by anyone who created our fate? Sister Xiaojing asked. This is nature. Because the process of the birth of a universe is very rapid, and some creators will even be affected and die at the beginning of the explosion of the universe. So even the creators don't know the existence of the starting point, that is, our great souls have existed for long enough, and can feel the existence of a starting point. I don't know the specifics. Linglong said. In other words, the sixth fate soul does not know that the heavenly origin crystal soul mother is related to the starting point. Chen Shang said. They definitely don't know, Guan Yanchao said. Things like the soul mother of the heavenly origin crystal never appeared before. Everyone just guessed that there would be such a thing, so there would be a heavenly origin crystal in the universe. I see, Tianyuan crystal soul mother is the source of all kinds of energy in the universe. Little Jing said, then, the starting point of the universe should be a space that contains a lot of energy. Could it be that the space in the center of the earth is the space created by the heavenly origin crystal soul mother? Only when the heavenly origin crystal soul mother breaks, will it be flooded with all kinds of energy. Chen Shang also tried to guess, saying, the space here is very large. Great, it is very possible to transport energy to all parts of the universe through space transmission. Then the energy source of your Aoshi universe is too strong, right? Granny Linglong said. Before the little master said that there are a large number of heavenly source crystals under the ocean, and they can be condensed in a very short time. According to me, judging from the total amount of guesswork, it is more than the total amount of many universes. This starting point is still very young. Guan Yanchao suddenly became a little excited. Or, this should be the starting point of Aoshi universe. The energy source of Aoshi universe, practicing here, will definitely be able to get twice the result with half the effort. No wonder the energy outside is getting stronger and stronger. Little Mirror said. Fortunately, I am not afraid, because when the universe was born, I have endured such tempering, so I am not afraid now. Girl Jing, how did Aoshi universe come into being? The little master hasn't experienced it himself. Linglong mother-in-law asked. At the beginning, my elder brother made a very powerful pill, then he threw the pill out and was eaten by the killing red dragon he cultivated, and finally there was an explosion. At the beginning of the birth of the Aoshi universe, my brother it was also suppressed by the seal. Sister Xiaojing said. This awesome universe was made from a pill. Guan Yanchao was shocked, and said, can alchemy create a universe? Our six fate souls have been tossed for so many years, and even a big universe hasn't been tossed out. Don't look at what level my little master is. When he grows up, he will be able to slap your life and soul six races. Granny Linglong said quite proudly, Aoshi universe will be different from other universes and will not be affected again. Your six fateful souls are messed up. In my opinion, Tianyuan crystal soul mother should be essentially a pill. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Brother, I will go to Tianyuan crystal soul mother now to see if I can communicate. I wish it. Chen Shang sighed. I didn't expect things to develop into this way back then. Just like Granny Linglong and the others guessed, after the breakthrough of the Tianyuan crystal soul mother, it really sent a lot of energy to the outside. Saint Profound Star is the one who has benefited the most. At this moment, the entire azure sea is shining with golden light, and the desolate places of Saint Profound Star are filled with extremely rich energy. That kind of energy is not the familiar spirit and holy energy, but a brand new energy. After she was teleported out, Zillion immediately flew towards the Zillion altar. When she returned, there were a large number of spies outside the Zillion altar. And when she just returned, she was about to leave with her soft heart, only to find that the entire Purple Lotus altar was surrounded. It was the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King who led people to surround him first. Yuan Zillion has already determined to give up the entire Purple Lotus altar. She is also ruthless at this moment and directly enters the core area of the Purple Lotus altar. She wants to detonate the entire Purple Lotus altar. Sister, where is young Master Shen? Shinru knew what had happened, so Chen Shang didn't come back. She had been sending messages to Chen Shang before. He was trapped in order to get me back. Yan Zillion explained the situation in the center of the earth while operating in the core hall of the altar. Shinru is very worried and sad, because there will be no chance to see Chen Shang for a long time. It didn't take much time for Zillion to return to the Zillion altar and talk to Shinru. However, Chen Shang in the center of the earth has spent several years, he is still looking for the heavenly origin crystal soul mother. The Tianyuan crystal soul mother seemed to have disappeared, and the space in the center of the earth was much larger than Chen Shang had imagined. There is chaos in the center of the earth, just like a small universe, full of energy mist that emits various rays of light everywhere. Brother, I suspect that the entire center of the earth is the heavenly origin crystal soul mother. Sister Xiao Jing said suddenly, it is no way to find it like this. You have to rely on you, the Creator, to establish a connection with the Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4440, Heart Palace. Chen Shang had tried many times in the past few years to sense the existence of the heavenly origin Crystal Soul Mother, but there was no progress. He has been practicing alchemy all day, and then cultivating with alchemy. Compared to before he came in, his cultivation has improved a lot. He originally thought that if he had been shut down for a few years, his cultivation level could be improved faster, but the more he went to the back, the harder it was to improve. In other words, with the pill he currently mastered, he couldn't improve quickly, and he had to use other better pill. Chen Zhang's 6 ways of cultivation are now considered to be very high. Soul, life and alchemy all have 35th steps. Demon Dao, Heaven Dao, and Fate Dao are 20th. Compared with when he first entered the center of the earth, his 6 cultivation bases have been greatly improved. With his current 6 cultivation bases, after going out, his strength is definitely not weaker than Xiao Emperor and Mad Emperor. What makes Chen Shang feel depressed is that after a few years, his body shape hasn't changed a bit, as if he didn't grow up. Fortunately, the physical body is still improved, stronger than before. Sister Mirror, it may be that I am hiding in the 6 ways of God's mirror, so I can't perceive the heavenly origin Crystal Soul Mother. Chen Shang said, I should be able to leave the 6 ways of God's mirror now, right? The space in the center of the earth is still very hot, all kinds of energies are very violent, and I don't know if your body can hold it. Sister Xiao Jing said. Try it. Chen Shang thought there should be no problem, because he could feel that he had become much stronger. Brother, why don't you stretch out one hand first? Little Mirror said. If you really can't hold it, then at most you will lose a hand. Yes. Chen Shang came to a room under the arrangement of Sister Xiao Jing, and there was a curtain of space on the floor of this room. The moment he put his hand in, he only felt very painful in his palm, peeling off his skin by the burning energy. It's amazing. Chen Shang looked at his burned hand, then ran the Tianyuan force into the palm of his hand, and then stretched it out again. This time it is much better, not like before, but still can feel the heat outside. I should be able to go out. Chen Shang said, Sister Jing, I can just jump from here, right? I'll just send you out. Little Mirror said, you have to prepare first. Chen Shang immediately began to prepare, and the 6 elements flowed throughout his body. It's okay. Chen Shang shouted. Sister Xiao Jing immediately teleported Chen Shang outside and stood on top of the 6 magic mirrors. The moment he went out, Chen Zhang's eyes were painful, and his eyes were burnt with the light emitted by the energy of various colors. The energy here is very terrifying, even the current Chen Shang can hardly resist it. I can't hold on for long. Chen Shang could only hurry up and find a way to sense the existence of Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother. After half an hour, Chen Shang couldn't hold it anymore, because all the 6 elements of his energy were exhausted, and he could only return to the 6 magic mirrors to rest. This ghost place is really terrible. After Chen Shang came back, he exclaimed, in the sanctuary, such a place can appear. If this continues, maybe sanctuary will be able to surpass God's domain in the future. If the heavenly origin Crystal Soul Mother keeps breaking through, then it must be possible. Little Mirror said, Brother, you were outside before, so couldn't you feel it at all? I don't know what's going on. Chen Shang was also helpless. I have tried all the methods that can be tried, what the asterisk is going to do. If we can't communicate with the Tianyuan Crystal Soul Mother, then we don't know how long we will be trapped. There is another way, Sister Xiao Jing said. Just ask Sister Chalong. Since Chen Shang found Zuying and found a part of Killing Crimson Dragon Soul, Chen Shang has never contacted Killing Crimson Dragon again. He immediately took out the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Knife, wanted to enter the soul abyss of killing the Chalong soul, and contacted the Killing Chalong. With the improvement of Chen Zhang's Soul Dao cultivation base, he seemed to find the Killing Crimson Dragon Soul easily from the depths of the soul. Brother, is that you? I seem to have slept for a long time. A woman's voice came. By the way, brother, I seem to remember something again. There is a guy in a place who calls me the Red Dragon Girl. Chalong girl, Chalong sister, I am trapped in a place now and need your help. Chen Shang said. Chen Shang felt that the title of Chalong Nu was quite appropriate. After all, killing Chalong had indeed become a dragon girl. Brother, where are you trapped? Kai Long Nu asked. Chen Shang told the Red Dragon Girl about his own affairs in the center of the earth. I remember, the heavenly origin crystal Soul Mother is a core of a pill. The Chelong girl smiled. I ate this core and couldn't refine the core, and then formed the core of the heavenly origin crystal. Soul Mother, then it ran to this place by itself. Killing Chelong has now become Chelong girl. As she merged with the remnant soul, her memory gradually increased. Sister Chelong, in that case, you didn't choose Chelong Island casually. Chen Shang immediately thought of a lot. Yeah, I remember now that it is possible to enter the pill core space from Chelong Island. In fact, this place should be the heart palace of the universe. The pill core is the heart of the universe. The pill core is called the cosmic origin heart. Brother, my lost memories seem to have almost come back, but my soul is still very weak. Can you help me find other souls? The Red Dragon Girl is a little embarrassed, because it is very difficult. Universe Heart Palace, Universe Origin Heart. Chen Shang and the others thought that this was the starting point of the universe, but it was actually the same. Sister Chelong, don't worry, I will definitely help you find all the souls. Chen Shang laughed. It's good for your memory to be restored intact. Then can you help me find the universe Yuanxin? No problem. Chelong NV smiled. It may be sleeping. Brother, that little thing was created by you, it should be very close to you, after all, you are its father. I didn't expect that pill could cause so many things. Chen Shang was also more relieved now. At this time, the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon Sword also had some changes, and a red dragon relief appeared on the surface of the cyan blade. When Chen Shang communicates with the Red Dragon Girl in the future, he doesn't need to be so troublesome. The state of the Chelong girl's soul can recover so well, mainly because Chen Zhang's 6 cultivation practices have been improved, so that the Chelong girl has benefited from it. Chen Shang rested for a while, and then he took the Qinglong 2 magic knife and came outside. As soon as he went out, Qinglong 2 Modao broke free from Chen Zhang's hand, hovered in the air, and then shook, giving out a roar of killing Chelong. At this time, the tyrannical energy of the entire universe heart palace became very quiet in an instant, but soon it violently tossed, spreading around with Chen Shang as the center, leaving a large space. Chen Shang no longer felt uncomfortable soon, he didn't feel the pressure before, and his whole body became very relaxed. Brother, Xiao Yuanxin is awake. She is your daughter, I don't know if she has become a little girl now. Chelongnu's laughter came from Qinglong Tumodao.